Grand Rising gods and goddesses, we back with another Mindset Mindfulness Monday with the gods and goddesses you love to hate and hate to love here at the motherfucking Think High crew. Thank you for tapping in. We ain't gonna take too much of your time today, as today it'll be a little bit shorter than normal. We've been grinding our motherfucking asses off and need some time to keep charging up to give right back to y'all. So before we get this shit popping, obviously, we got DJ Crazy Man on the turntables. Go ahead and spin that shit, DJ Crazy. Yeah. Crypto. Whole lot of crypto, money on tenfold. I am the sum. Tell a free world, come holler when they need more. Wallet on beast mode. Try to hold me down, I don't think you can. I am my own bank. Pushing pack, got 7 on demand. What do you expect? My royalty reflex. We about to run it up. This how a nerd flex. My dominance is so dominant. I could drop it all and still pack shit. This free form is so DeFi. Make a big splash, that's a deep dive. Call it white car, how I revive. After 3 days on the sleep side. No dream board, this a real slide. Had to point the way just like a field guide. Follow the leader. I'm making all the moves. If it's decentralized, gotta make it do what it do. I'm all up on your blockchain. We dope enough to rock. My trading view was so obtuse, I can close my eyes when I'm about to aim. This is that real shit. A double on tongue like a nigga with a chain and a whip, call it field trip. Flip it on his head, turn a 6 to a 9 when I spit, had to feel this. No mask on when I kill shit. Make sure you can see the face that lit the way and gave nigga keys to free all they realness. Crypto. Whole lot of crypto, money on tenfold. Future millionaires, turning billionaires. All because the boy got a tight hold. Crypto, yeah. Whole lot of crypto, money on tenfold. This is my rifle. Slide left and earn a million off an iPhone. Crypto, yeah. Whole lot of crypto, money on tenfold. Future millionaires, turning billionaires. All because the boy got a tight hold. Crypto, yeah. Whole lot of crypto, money on tenfold. This is my rifle. I slide left and make a million off an iPhone.
500 to a billion. I am on the moon, shot up, taking shots at Espelon. It's like 10% of like 10,000 when I'm really in the zone. All my trend lines identify when the whole, when the fold. My portfolio and my reach heights, oh, I think I seen the goat. I got diamond hands on that trigger, boy, it's like a trillion in the scope. He's so high on that mountainside, it's only air and H2O. I just been notified to my Ethereum a soul. I might swing it back and grab a bag of that when it did before it go. Turn my Ethereum to gold. Yeah, I put it on my soul. Leave them gas fees alone. It's a trap art when you trapping in a bear trap. It's a trapeze while I trapeze. You can ask me and I'm gone. 63,180,343 UFO.
All because the boy got a tight hold.
You ask me and I'm gone.
What's up, everyone? We are here for another Mindful Monday with Think High Crew.
Mindset, mindfulness, Monday. What are we mindful for today? I was on some positive vibrations type shit. We understand where we are in this universe. And I was just feeling very like that dude who does the paintings. What's that nigga's name? I can't remember his name. And
Da
that's a beautiful
Vinci.
butterfly. A beautiful butterfly.
Oh,
And I'm
that
just
guy. That guy.
Bob Ross. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
feeling feeling real lovey-dovey today. You know, real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
harmonious. I guess
I'll
you would
be
say.
honest with you. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to get right back in the fucking bed.
yo, yo, what's
I'm
up? What's been
tired,
going
man.
on with that? What's up with that? I bet you Megawatt
I'm
knows why
sleepy.
everybody been so tired and sleepy.
I'm sleepy. I've been sleepy because my puppy wakes me up at 3 a.m. and I can't go back to sleep. So
When you got
that's
stuff to work on in Pisces season, you get sleepy.
Shit, boy, man. I'm talking about no matter how much I've slept,
plus
I'm
I've been up
still.
watching
You're
this
supposed to
market
be
and
sleeping
trading and
then.
shit. Holy
Oh yeah,
moly.
you don't sleep when you're doing that. You up take a shot to Espelon. It's like 10%, like 10,000 when you get in that zone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be riding the wave.
Oh yeah, for sure. Most definitely. You got to. I mean, you could ride it or is you just gonna get
Yep.
crash. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
You can ride it or you can watch somebody else ride it.
I mean, from a safe spot at least, because if you ain't riding it and you in the way, then you already know what happens. But you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You can't
Yep.
be trying to ride it or half-assing it.
Yep. So shoot, what are the numbers telling us
Well, you
today
know what?
and then so far and
We can get right into
so
this
on?
shit. Thank you guys for joining us again for another Mindset Mindfulness Monday here with the Think Hype Crew. Today is Monday, March the 11th, 2024. And today will be a fold. Ask me how I got it. I added that shit up. I took 3 plus 11 plus 2024,
Can
which
y'all
equals
keep it
2038.
down? Damn. It's
And 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 8 equals 13,
yeah.
and 1 plus 3 equals 4. Some may look at this as a 13. Others may look at it as a 4. But either way you look at it, the numbers don't lie. Today's focus might be, or in a global sense, will be on building the future. Obviously, you want to create a secure foundation from which the future can expand from. Thus, details and procedures are of higher importance today. And there may be a focus and a dedication to an attentive atmosphere. And you work to make sure that that's felt by many. It is a calendar day of 11, but a global day of 4. And there was going to be substance and stability in today. Obviously, 4, I call it the door. It has purpose, but also it's not particularly charismatic or tactful. It also brings the potential for hard work and high reward. Although you may not reap the benefit of those rewards immediately, you can, however, organize and prioritize and get a lot done today. So make sure that you will be prepared for that. It's not the day to take, unnecessary risks. You want to kind of stick to what you normally do, or go off of kilter. It's not one of those exploration days. You want to take control of familiarity today and steer clear of anything that's dubious or that hasn't been untested. And that's for all you life scientists out there. But also, I tell you this every time. It's really about you. You're the centerfold of this, so you want to make sure that your personal cycle number, you know what you need to do to handle energy of 4. It's going to encourage you to get your hands dirty and work toward your own achievements. So don't worry too much about what anybody else may be doing. Obviously, we already said that. Stay focused, stay in your motherfucking lane. And let's see, it's going to be easy to judge those who aren't doing things differently. So just adhere to your own journey and kind of stay to your lane. And that will be the energy of the 4. But obviously, you know yourself, you know your etiology, numerology, mythology, or whatever ology you be ologying in, then you will know how to handle yourself today. And if you did
Whatever
not know,
ology you're an ologist in.
yeah. And if you don't know, I suggest you fuck around and find out. Oh, and let me pass this bitchy down her to the left hand side to the homie Megawatt. You can puff past that motherfucker. Let us know what the stars is telling us.
If
Obviously,
I
you know
if I
why
puff
niggas been
puff past, I
slipping.
wouldn't even be able to talk right now. Y'all know that, okay?
You puff past this metaphysical weed.
Okay. Um. So the word of the day is listen. Listen, Linda. So we have a lot going on. We have a pile up still in Pisces. We have now a group of planets in asteroids in Aries, and we have a little bit left over in Aquarius. So it's time to listen. It's time to put your listening hat on and figure out, who you need to be listening to, and if what they're saying makes, sense to you. So if you're tired and you feel run down or you feel like you need to rest, then you need to do that. Listen to your body. If someone's telling you a tip or a piece of information that's important or relevant to something that you're doing, even if it comes on the wind, which is what I like to call it when random people that you don't know say things to you that are relevant to you. So just be listening, because that's where all of the intuition and information is going to be coming through. Um, the moon is in Aries, so you are going to feel that sting from people's words a little bit today and through tomorrow, because they'll just be saying whatever they want to say and not thinking about how it gets received on the other end. But if you're paying attention to what's yours in the situation versus what's theirs, and then know the difference, you'll know when to interact and when not to interact. So that's what I would say in terms of the astrology. I've been pulling cards the whole time since Jason was talking, and I haven't had one pop out. So I'm just going to cut the deck and pull the top card. We have Judgment reversed. So what that tells me is that if you are making a decision, or if you're ready to make a decision, you might need more information. Because if you make the decision based on the information you have right now, it might not be favorable. We do have Neptune, which is the planet of delusion, and it is stationed in Pisces, which is at its favorite place to be because it is the king of all delusions. So things could seem right to you when they might be wrong, or they could seem wrong and they might be right. So it's best to ask for help or get a second opinion if you can.
Hey.
And that is what I have.
All right. Sounds good. I'm still trying to wake up. God
Wake
dang. I mean, I've been awake, but
Got a bunch of put a little makeup.
right.
Chop suey, my nigga.
So what did everybody have going on for the past few days?
Work.
I've been watching Harry Potter's.
That's what's up, my nigga.
Yeah.
Gang shit. You know,
Started
so
on
what
the
you think?
first one.
You a Gryffindor? You a Slytherin? What house you think you be from?
Now, okay, so now I know what the fuck you was talking about. I'm glad my wife brought this shit up the other day. She was like, when we watched this, she was like, now you're gonna be able to know what Jason was talking about. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I ain't even remember it. She was like, he said you were from the Slytherins or some shit like that, or
Right.
would be from. And so I was like, okay. And so now I see I would be that dude that the reformed bad boy motherfucker, the black hair.
Yeah,
You know, the one.
Yeah.
They talks like the, you know what I mean? That
Professor
guy.
Snape, yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'd be him. I fuck with him.
Yeah.
But so what about this though? See, I'm always looking into it a lot deeper, I think, than
Right.
I should. But do you
Nope.
think all these kids are actually at foster homes and they're being smuggled and trafficked?
Hey, it is kind of weird, right?
Well,
I mean, I'm just saying, because Harry Potter was, and I'm saying, and now I know that those, like, they show those other kids that he goes to the train station and shit with their mom, and they come and visit.
Yeah.
But I mean, who what's to say that that's their actual family? I don't know. I'm just being stupid, but
No, I feel you.
but no, but I do though. I think everybody should watch Harry Potter because it's another, you get to see like another side of, I think, of the whole world.
Yeah.
And then you get to have that little magical experience too. And I think that shit's important. It doesn't matter how grown up you are,
right,
or how corporate you are, per se, whatever.
right.
I think, believing in magic is important.
Well, I mean, what do you think? A lot of people already believe in, you know what I mean? When it comes
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I was about to say. So when you sit there, when you believe in that type of magic, then you can say, wait a minute, if Moses took a fucking stick and slammed it between the Red Sea and it parted, that was fucking magic too.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or it was the time of the tide when the tide was out.
Yeah, or
I
it was
mean,
just,
I don't know.
or is this a fucking what you want to call science unexplained? That's what they call magic.
Cut out.
Magic. They say magic is science unexplained.
Right.
I mean,
Or a burning bush moment.
Yeah.
Or they call the people who do it crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they will, but if you technically think about how you even got here,
mad scientist.
I don't think people really like. I think we all take that for granted. You know what I mean? And it's because, like, if you were to just research, I mean, I think it's on YouTube. I think it's The Life of a Sperm or some shit like that. I can't remember what it's called, but if you just research your odds of
you did not have good odds,
right? Or like winning the lottery a couple times in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like that's the odds.
And then being able to sit here and listen to this, or either talk on this little podcast, mobcast show we have, is even way more.
Even more, right?
Like, I feel like an elite. I am an elite. God damn it! Y'all quit talking shit about me on the internet.
Maybe you watched the wrong movie over the weekend.
Maybe I did.
Maybe
it was
you
called Harry
watched
Potter.
Hunger Games.
Oh shit! I've seen them millions of times. I own all of them. The only thing I don't own of these of these mystical type movies or whatever you would say is Harry Potter and then The Hobbits. I gotta watch The Hobbits again because I've seen
Man,
them.
that shit was
Those are
so
fire.
fucking long, bro. Those movies are just long as shit. Just to
hmm
let you know, be prepared for that.
Oh yeah,
But
but I've seen the first one, and
okay,
I mean,
yeah,
I just like that type of shit. Like my favorite movie is Willow.
I feel you. I
You
like
ever
that
seen
type
Willow?
of shit. I don't think I've
Oh,
seen
you
it,
gotta watch Willow, bro. It's got
bro.
fucking Val Kilmer and that's when all the women was ready just to fall out for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or shit, they always been like that for him. But
I
I
like
just
movies that
so
make you feel like, you know, like
Willow is fucking fire, bro.
yeah, I gotta
Willow
watch it
is
then.
fire.
So you really do like those kind of movies. Wow. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
you wouldn't think, but gangsters like that shit
Oh
too, man.
hell
What you
yeah,
talking about?
it's
Man,
magic.
you know
It's
I'm
magic. You know what?
surprised.
Who don't
I
like
Surprised.
I
magic,
rather
right?
I would rather watch that because the alternative to that would be watching some shit of somebody getting killed.
Bro, if you go in the hood, most
Like
people
really killed. Like
I
magic
was
struck
that
by a
guy
wand
too though,
killed
no.
them.
Bro, I was that dude in the hood that was watching those movies and niggas thought I was soft for it. And when them niggas was watching, you know, Menace to
Shadas,
Society and Shadas
Shadas,
and
Menace to Society,
Boys
all
in the
the
Hood
norms,
and yeah,
the
you know what I'm saying?
8 Mile, Kids,
Right, and
all them movies. You know what I
we're
mean?
watching, and then here we are. You know what I mean? Everybody's in different positions in their life. You know what I mean? Like I'm still kind of somewhat in the hood, but at the same time, like I'm completely sovereign of. You know, I don't have bosses. My businesses do well enough that I can feed my families every year. Like it's just been. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, a different kind of thing. Because I mean, you think about some of them type of movies, what they teach you, and then think about the theme of all the other movies. You know what I mean? Like shit, I
Mhm.
grew up watching all types of shit. My mom liked action movies, so she loved Patrick Swayze. She liked fucking goddamn Sylvester Stallone. She liked fucking
Mhm.
goddamn Steven Seagal. They were all fucking really just action. A lot of fucking action films with side of your super
Right.
black
Oh, by
little
the way,
stories.
since we just spoke about action films, guess who
What up?
turned 84 years old today?
Who?
Chuck fucking Norris.
Get
I
the
love
fuck out
Chuck
of here.
Norris.
Chuck fucking
My
Norris
mom
turned
loved Chuck
84
Norris
today,
too.
bro. Look, Chuck
I had to watch a
Norris.
lot of fucking goddamn Walker Texas Ranger.
Walker. Look, bro. Look, I don't know if everybody understands this or not, but Chuck Norris is 84.
Oh,
And that dude's
God.
probably still ready to go now.
Bro, Chuck Norris, life.
What do you
life
think,
ain't-
Megawatt? Do you think Megawatt could still? Do you think Chuck Norris could still handle his own?
Oh, yeah.
84?
Oh, yeah.
That
He-
motherfucker still got that
he-
goddamn kung
he
fu grip,
trains.
boy.
He trains like 4 hours a day still, and he says his body's in great condition. And if you look at him on Instagram, he talks about it. So absolutely, I do.
Oh
I mean,
damn!
Yeah.
I ain't
if
even
you
know.
look at fucking goddamn RFK or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's just fucking. If he
Yeah,
can do
but
that,
shit,
then
he ain't 84 though.
he
God
ain't.
dang,
He
boy.
ain't.
There's a
And
big
And
I
difference
think
between
also-
RFK's on
64 and 84.
steroids.
Yeah, he looks like he's
Probably.
on roids too.
And also,
Time waits for no man unless that man is Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris's wife just spent the last 2 years. She had some kind of a disease or excuse me, some kind of a sickness where she was bedridden for the past 2 years, I think, and he's been taking care of her. That's why you
In
have
honor
him.
of Chuck Norris's birthday,
Right?
I got some Chuck Norris jokes for you. In the
Okay.
beginning, there was nothing. The Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked nothing and told it to get a job.
Yeah, I've read these things before, man, and they're fucking hilarious. Go ahead. These are funny as shit.
The dinosaurs
These
looked
are-
at Chuck Norris the wrong
Yeah.
way. You know what happened next?
Yeah.
Chuck,
Oh,
man, shout out
man.
to Chuck. You know what I mean? Happy birthday. I swear I grew up watching you, bro. I'm the blackest of the blackest people you've ever
Those
met. I'm
Harry
trying to tell you, I
Potter
was right.
movies, they had real
Uh-huh.
magic in them. That was really, truly,
I believe it.
it wasn't fake.
I believe it. Why
So,
not?
Wait a
Shit.
minute.
When
So
God
you're
said,
telling
let
me?
there be light,
Hold
Chuck
on,
Norris
hold on.
said, please.
So-
Say
so-
please.
So hold on. So what you're telling me is Harry Potter when they do these little magic scenes, that's real magic coming out them
Well,
wands and shit.
what
What the
I-
fuck does that mean?
no, what I'm telling you is the words that they're saying
Oh, okay.
and the
the
things
spells.
that they're doing are
Okay.
actually
Patronum. Patronum.
They are
Avada
taken-
Kedavra. Like
Yeah.
that's a yeah. Well, abracadabra and Avada Kedavra and like they do mean different things. They are fucking real spells. You
Mhm.
ain't lying.
Yeah.
I just
I
kept
looked
hearing
that
him say
shit up.
Patron,
Yeah.
Patron,
Yeah.
Petronium, Patron,
Petronium.
Petronium.
When
Oh my
Gardem,
God.
Gosa, whatever the hell they be saying. That shit, that's a good hey, that's a good story for you though, man. It's a dope ass fucking story if you wanna,
But
you
I
know.
also don't think though when she was writing those books, I also think that she was participating in magic. And I'm not going to define whether it's good or bad. I'm not going to specify because it doesn't matter, but I think in order for her to write those books, I don't think they just came out of nowhere is what I'm saying.
Like, I don't
I
think
think
so
she
either.
was
You know what I just found out though today? That Chuck Norris's tears can cure cancer. Too bad he doesn't cry.
Didn't have any.
Mm. Oh my God. We
Too
really
bad he doesn't cry.
let me know when y'all are done.
I
Oh
just
man.
want to, honestly, to be real honest with you guys, I wanted to have a real lighthearted mindfulness Monday with you guys. I mean, obviously, we've dived deep on a lot of shit that we do. And Nova asked me, what are we talking about today, bro? I was like, I don't know. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about lighthearted. I told you I was feeling like that motherfucking one dude.
When
You know what
I
I mean?
get
I'm
that
feeling
feeling. Wilson. Go ahead.
Hey,
our
Mark.
most booked. I'm sorry. Yeah. Susan said, if people knew that they shut down, I'm sorry. Shut down our brain function at 10%, they would understand the magic is the 90% not being used. Hey, I like that.
All right. So if we're
I
going
can
to talk
agree with
about
that.
love, we're going to figure out what
Yeah,
kind of
that's
love we're
magic
going to
too,
talk
right?
about. Yeah. So let's take about
That's the
3
number one
minutes.
magic.
Let's take about 3 minutes and let's just meditate on what kind of love we're going to talk about for the next 40 minutes. That kind or this kind?
Which kind, huh?
Logos on the track. Shorty, I've been waiting. And I'm losing patience. I just wanna taste it. Come and sit it on my face like, ooh, you soaking, now what you gon' do? Baby, I got a question for you. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up. Yeah, I've been with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep and repeat.
So I would say there's a bunch of different types of love, and I want to express this type. I want to express the type of love that I'm feeling for this little puppy I got, man.
Yeah, nigga.
I've had dogs in my life, but I never had a dog from a puppy's part of his life, and then actually like had the desire to actually want to be in that puppy's life. So when it grows up, I got a bond with it. You know what I mean? Like maybe I never even thought that way before. I don't know.
Right.
So that's new to me. I mean, we had 2 dogs before, right? But I didn't have them when they were puppies. I came in the picture a little bit longer after that, about a year or so. So 2 years, whatever. So it's different.
Well, let me say this before you get into that. I like the fact that we started talking about magic and Harry Potter and shit. You know what I mean? But we all we try to figure out what's like the root of that type of shit. And for me, you know what I mean? Like love is like probably the basis of all magic. Nigga,
Yeah. Well, you know what? Not just magic, bro. Something my wife told me when we first got together is that she said when her and her ex used to watch movies, they used to always look for the love story in every movie. And then when if you think about that, there's a love story in every fucking movie.
Every movie, even if it's like a love for power.
Even if the movie ain't even about love, you find one in there. You know what I mean?
Like you can watch, if you watch New Jack City, right? You see Nino Brown fall for the love of power. right then and there. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was like literally the whole movie, really the poetic back end of the movie. Obviously, black people and a lot of people watching it, they get other messages from it. But when you really watch it, you watch this dude's power struggle, him struggle with the power or the love for power, just having that control.
Well,
Like
if
after he
you're
had all the money, it was you know what I mean. It wasn't even about the money no more or getting people out of poverty. Like he fed whole neighborhoods during Thanksgiving and shit just because you know what I mean. That he had the money to do it, and like so, like he had a
Right.
heart, but he was also a fucking cold-blooded killer. You know what I mean? But and then you see, it was just like you see him, just like Tony Montana, the Scarface movie. You know what I mean? All of the movies that these cats watch, like they don't even see what you know, like the undertone, like love story behind a lot of it. I'm
well,
sorry, Mega. Go
there's a
ahead.
reason for that. If you take screenwriting classes, they tell you to weave that in so that if your pitch of your other storyline takes, you know, a turn and it's boring, this can be weaved in to keep the
Right.
people, you know,
Right, but that's it.
interested in the
And
story.
also you can always find like a story between two people that are in love or trying to be in love in every movie just about. I mean,
Yeah.
you might not notice it
Well,
until
the
you start
whole
looking
the
for it,
whole
but
point
when you
of
start
being
looking for it, you'll be like, "Damn, Nova was right." Every
the
fucking
whole point
movie
of
there's
being on this planet is about love. I mean,
Right.
I know there's people who say you're here to learn lessons and do this and do that, but
Mhm.
it's everything is rooted in love.
Right. Now, and that's what's dope because, you know, when Nova hit me up, we ain't have nothing to talk about today. And I told him just how I was feeling. Like, well, I just felt like talking about love, like just being lighthearted, maybe laughing, or just being, you know, having something, a conversation that's meaningful. Obviously, it's Mindful Monday, and that's the goal, is to have meaningful conversations. So I was just thinking, well, what would be lighthearted enough where, you know, obviously there's people, some people's perspective of love includes pain and some people's doesn't. So, you know, just to speak about it, you know, since it's such a vague topic and the words used so fucking
Well,
loosely.
love will always include pain because there's death, and you're gonna lose someone who you love, no matter, you know, how old you are. You'll still have that happen.
Right,
So,
but does it though? I mean, I can get that perspective. Like if my wife passed away, I would feel physical pain from the
hmm
loss of a loved one, right? But at the same time, like, is that pain? Is that pain? Is that really a bad thing? Is that really something
no,
that I would consider
because
to be
it
negative?
shows you what you had, and it proves to you, you know, that what you felt was actually real. So, no,
Right,
it's not a bad thing,
right.
but it is much harder for the living person to go on after the person has died. They go
Yeah.
to a different place and
Well, yeah.
are
There's
doing
physics. This has
different
been
things.
documented that you can die from
hmm
heart.
Many couples die two,
Yeah.
3 weeks apart, or even
Heartbreak. Yeah.
closer. Yeah.
I couldn't get that out. I got fucking cotton mouth. Sorry, guys.
that
A
happens
what
with
mouth?
dogs.
Yeah, it
What did
does
you
happen
say?
with dog. Cotton
That
mouth.
happens with
Oh, I thought you
dogs
said
also.
cod mouth. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Not cotton mouth. I've just been smoking cannabis and
Mm.
I got dry mouth right now. Couldn't get couldn't get that word out. But no, you're right. You're right with that. I
I
agree.
thought you said you was out in the cotton field. I didn't know what you was talking about.
Hey, if I was saying that, bro, we'd be rich as hell right now.
Right?
We'd be rich, boy. God damn.
Shit.
Shit. But
Oh, by the way, so check this out. Just to
what
throw
up?
some stupid shit in here. So I was watching these clips,
What up,
and I
Red?
watched a clip of a Montel Williams show, right?
Oh, yes.
And so
Oh
this
wow.
black guy stands up during the Montel Williams show,
Yeah.
and there was a Jewish woman on the show as the guest, right? And
Right.
so she's talking about how her family endured, stuff from the Holocaust, horrible stuff,
Mhm.
forced on them by the Nazis and the Germans, not Germans, because it was German Jews also, but the Nazi
Right.
Germans,
True.
sorry. And so and she goes through all of the stuff, and then a guy
Well,
stands
she didn't
up
really
to
say
comment.
much, but yeah.
Yeah, a guy stands up and comments on her and says, "Well, look,
But wait,
this
it was a
there's a
black
lot
dude
of
in
money in."
overalls. He looked like a farmer, okay? He looked
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Farmer Joe. You know what I mean? He looked like he didn't have an
right,
education past the 4th grade, to be honest. But then he
exactly.
starts spewing
He
information.
stands
Yeah, I
up and
seen
he's
that
like,
shit. Yeah.
he says, "Look, there's a lot of money in the Holocaust." And he was like,
Mm.
and y'all, he said, the Jews made the Germans pay $200 billion in reparations, like we've talked about.
Yep.
And
He said they're still getting like $1,000 a month.
and he
at
said,
that
and
time.
up
Yeah.
until around that time, that they were, some people that had went and qualified or whatever the fuck was getting $1,000 a month from that. I guess probably a trust or something that was put together for that, money, people, reparations fund or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And so, I mean, I was just talking about that. I'm kind of high right now. I don't know why, where I was going with that. Maybe you could help me out. But
I could definitely help you
I
out
just
with
figured
that,
out. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to just cut this immediately because I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. So if I try to talk my way out of this bitch, it's gonna be 30 minutes later. So I'm just gonna give up right now and back up and ask for help. I'm stuck. I need help.
I got
4-wheel drive ain't working.
That is my
morning.
version. That's my version of that's what I call love. What that dude was trying to do, because he was giving people truth, right? So that's how I see. That's how I see it. You may see it. A lot of people may see it like this or a different way. But if somebody can be the honest and truthful to you, I think that's the best way to show some motherfucking love to somebody.
Right. And even when it's not convenient for them as well, because some people just do that stuff when it's extremely convenient.
He was risking being anti-Semitic on fucking Montel Williams' show. All right, and we know who he is. He dated Kamala fucking Harris. I mean, we ain't even got to go into that, but I'm just saying we know who he is, and this dude risked it all. You know what I'm saying? What that's what the youngins say. He risked it all. Right there on fucking live television to tell us the truth. Like, well, this
they had to cut him off.
Yeah, Montel said,
whoa. That's how you know that, it's like, because Montel's got an earpiece in, and then producers are saying, you better cut that shit off, bro. And so they cut Buddy's mic off, and Montel looked at him like, bitch, I'll fight you right here if you don't stop with this shit. You finna get my show cut off, man. Shit, you didn't know these motherfuckers was powerful as fuck? Shit.
Yeah, and that's the type of love that I try to have, and that's why we have this show for real, because it was more on the lines like, instead of just me and Nova going back and forth, having a male companionship to show love to each other, which people find very rare now, or they would call, what women like to say, they like to call motherfuckers gay when they got bro friends. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that
Bruce said they're gonna find a way to keep a check.
Facts, bro. Bro.
Oh man, that shit got me laughing just like that fucking song I sent you with the lisp. Oh, say it again, say it again. Woo! That shit's hilarious, boy. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That shit is hilarious. I ain't making fun of no speech impediments or nothing like that, but that shit, if you ain't seen that shit and you know me, go look on my goddamn Instagram story. You'll see what I'm talking about. That shit is hilarious. It make you want to pass out. And the way that girl's face is, dude, she kills that shit. Oh, God. Say it again. Say it again. All right, damn.
Shit,
okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Said I ain't going back down that road. Ain't nothing I ain't seen. I've been there before. Trouble always lurking. Keep the shot it by the door. Not trying to catch a body. You can try me if you want.
That's right. All right. Woo. You know when you got to rub your face a few times to like break the smile off. If not, you just smile won't stay. It'll just stay there, and the laughs just keep pouring out. Megawatt, I thought you was gonna come in and save us, but you was like,
I don't even know what I'm saving y'all from. You gotta tell me what that is first.
Shit. I just said. I was trying to give you a hint. I said, if you know me, go on my Instagram story and look. And you're sitting there like, I don't even know what the fuck y'all are talking about. I just told you. Jesus, I was trying to get you to say.
Listen, Linda, I have PTSD from this time change, so I'm still trying to adjust to it, okay? So
Shit, I do too. I've been up since
The-
3 a.m. and I don't even
there
know if
was-
that was
And
actually 3 a.m. or
I
if that was
put
2 a.m. or 4 a.m. I
I
don't
put
know.
a quote in the chat for you to help you if you want to read that.
An uncomfortable truth is better than a convenient lie. And that is so fucking real, man. See, I've been based my whole existence recently, like as I've gotten older, on just being completely and utterly honest. Like that is the only fucking way, or the best way that I can give you my love completely and utterly free. Without any conditions or anything attached to it. You can always expect that I'm going to love you.
Right.
Maybe some people might not think that that's a lot of love. Even strangers, I'll be completely honest with strangers. Just to show them that much love. That I might look crazy. You know what I mean?
You know what it does though? It makes life easier because you don't have to really do as much as you normally would if you're trying to put up a facade or whatever.
Yeah.
Or trying to keep the truth. Just it kind of speaks for itself.
When they say like how you get older, you just start saying shit that you know what I mean. Like they
Over
say that
70,
like
man, they have no
bro,
filter.
Like, no, and I've learned that there's a certain amount of filter that people should give to people because sometimes when you're so honest, it kind of it hurts, it cuts. You know what I'm saying? Like they say that the truth cuts deep and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? But excuse me, but I feel like if
they say the first cut is the deepest.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, but it's
I was about to say that.
But I think that it's you know what I mean? I think that's the best way to love somebody, anybody. It just even if it's just a random stranger, you know what I mean? Like I think like that's the best way.
But it's all about how you deliver the information. If you just go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" and then you just say it,
Right.
That's one way of doing it. And if you're like, "Well, hey, I really care about you, and I just want to tell you this," you know what I mean?
Right.
Then it's a whole different
Well, yeah,
situation.
absolutely. But but there's some situations though that may cause for a little sharper approach. You know what I mean? Because if somebody's asking me, all right, for example, right?
Are you about to start talking about tough love here?
Yeah, well, kinda. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough love, but it was.
That's
just
what I felt. I just felt there was a tough love moment coming.
There is a tough love because, like my daughter, for example, I love her to death. I love her to life per se, and I there's some things that even her she can't get away with me. You know what I mean? But that's not to make her feel less of a human, but it's actually to show her how much power she actually holds. So she needs to be careful in wielding it. You know what I mean? But that's just to show her really how much I love her. You know what I mean? So it's like there's levels to it, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, like people like to put conditions on it when it's really just a more lines of a price. So it's like, so if you want to let somebody in to you, there should be a price of that they have to pay, like clear communication and respect or something.
Green flags, green flags, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
people look for the red flags and they don't look for the green flags.
But it's like you shouldn't let, just like you pay to get into a movie theater. You know what I mean? Like you should treat it like that. Well, what do people have to pay to gain access to you? You know what I mean? So like I like to think of it like if you're not gonna respect me and communicate with me clearly, then you can't have access to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. That doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna still tell you the truth, because I feel like telling the truth to people is the best way you can love them. You mean just without putting any emotional type things behind it. Just simple acts of honesty and honorably. You know what I mean? Those type of fucking shits. You know what I mean? That's why I think love is, because you take that.
Well, boundaries to boundaries to other people
make said red flags kind of his thing.
Make and they make other people look at you differently too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
you're right.
They don't have to be, Bruce. They don't have to be your thing. That's your choice.
I mean, some people.
If somebody if somebody knows about your boundaries and
right,
they know where they can go with you, and they know where they can't, and it's just that right there. You being honest with them up front it saves all that other shit in between the middle
Yeah.
because they already know they can't go there with you or
Right.
that they can go there with
But
you.
what they do, like what it does though, it does create also it creates a boundary in a good and a bad way because a lot of people don't want to open up to you because they know you're gonna tell them what they already know. They just don't want to hear
Yeah,
that.
it
You know,
keeps
most
people
people
at
just
bay
want
from you.
yeah, most people just want validation for most of their issues, but I don't think that validating anybody is showing any is loving them. You know what I mean? Validation doesn't come with
That's
love.
why when someone is telling
Accountability
you
comes with
something,
love.
you ask them, "Do you want my advice, or are you just saying stuff to be saying stuff?" You have to ask
Right. Do
them.
you just need me to listen? I've asked people that. Like, do you just need me to listen? Because if you just need me to listen, then I'll listen to you. But if you're telling me this because you want what did it say? Michael Key for the KKK. Fuck those ugly Negroes. What's up, Mike?
All right.
Cool. Surfing around trying to get somewhere to
Ah!
talk. This ain't the
Oh my
spot.
God. This nigga's name is Michael Key for the KKK. Fuck those ugly Negroes.
He said it twice.
I love you, Mike.
At least you're honest, bro.
Maybe he needs a hug. Can you give him a hug?
No,
Right,
maybe
I
at
would-
least he's honest. He set his boundaries right there. He came in with his boundaries.
He would.
He was like, look,
but if
I'm
he
just gonna be
got
honest
to
with
know
y'all.
me, like I'm an ugly Negro, right? But if Mike just got to know me, he would know that I don't like Zionism either. We on the same team, Mike.
Oh,
It's
that's
all
great.
right,
I'm
brother.
not sure Mike knows what that means, but okay.
Oh, Mike might not know shit, but he might go and look that shit up. I hope he does. But
Right.
back to what I was saying. When it comes to that's not showing validation doesn't come with love. You know, accountability comes with love, and a lot of people don't like to be held, accountable. You know, they rather not change. So then people are like, oh well, you're a dickhead. You always say shit that you don't have to say it like that. You know what I mean? But if my wife comes in the room like, hey babe, do I look good in this? I'm gonna be like, or I'm gonna be like, yeah, or I'm gonna be like, nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep it fucking real with her, regardless if it might hurt her feelings or not. I'm not gonna fucking lie to her as society. They depict that between men and women all the time. That type.
Listen to this. This is definitely a lack of boundaries, and then a taking advantage of someone's love. So I'm not going to say any names or really any thing really, but so the thing is this: there's a 20-year-old, right? And he's got two parents that have done everything they possibly can for him. He has decided to go down a road that he only wants to go down, and so they just continue to enable it. Also, I'm going to keep it short, but I just want to say this is weird love, right? Because this 20-year-old comes to his parents and tells them he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have anything going on. He's living with this other person. He comes to his parents and says, hey, I want to support so-and-so through college. I want to be with her and support her through college. Now, if my kind of love would have been like, well, son, you don't even have a fucking job yourself, bro.
Right.
But but my kind of love doesn't matter. It's not my, but I'm just throwing that out there too. Like, think about that, man. Like what kind of situation is that somebody can't love themselves enough to at least say, I can't do this for you no more. You know what I mean? Like this is probably hurting mine and my wife's relationship. This can't happen no more.
Yeah.
So I think that's
that they've this love shit, man. It's gotten so usually used amongst the younger generation when it comes to how they move and operate. Like people used to have to earn love just like respect. You know what I mean? But now, there's like this level of accountability, or I guess you want to say people just expect you to, just like the same thing.
Expectations.
Almost like when it comes to the transgender thing and all of that, people expect you, you're not showing everybody love. You're discriminating against one person because you won't allow somebody else's reality to be your reality. You know what I mean? And it's like that's not showing them love. You know what I mean? Like that's not giving anybody love. Like I show my kids what the world will really be like. You know what I mean? Like my daughter will come to me with something that she traced, right? And she'll be like, "Hey, Dad, look at this. Isn't it cool?" And I'll be like, "Nah, it'd been cool if you drew it your fucking self, right?" And I just talking shit to her. You know what I mean? Like this looks like you fucking traced it. You know what I mean? Like don't come to me with plagiarized work trying to get praise. You know what I mean? When in
Right.
other households they would put that shit on the fridge, like, "Oh, my baby's so good." You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you should just trace some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like it's just the real love comes from. But now, guess what that did? That made her a better artist because now she's drawing without tracing, and she's
Right.
doing. You know what I mean? It
Well,
encouraged her. It pushed her.
that's the thing about this 20-year-old that I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah,
if he wouldn't
exactly.
have been babied so much,
hmm
then
That was the point I was getting to.
yeah, exactly. He would
Mhm.
have been able to. He probably would know what was right and what was wrong to say to his parents, and he probably never would have said, "Hey, I want to support so and so," because he
Yeah.
would have already known. Like, I don't even have a job. What am I talking
Right.
about?
See, and
So,
my
am
thing
I
is like
going to ask
if I'm
them to
wealthy,
support him?
right? And if I'm wealthy, like I feel like there's ways you can handle that. But I think like sometimes when people are wealthy, they let their money show the love. You know what I mean? Instead of them actually
Well,
Yep.
or they just don't want to fucking deal with it, and they
right.
let
How
the
my
money,
Absolutely.
mom shows.
goddamn.
That's how my mom shows love, by buying things.
Yeah, my dad brings things to me all
hmm
the time, but he doesn't really buy them. He just brings me, free things to show love as well. And I just be like, why are you bringing me? He came over yesterday with a cantaloupe and a whole bunch of other shit. Like, here you go. I'm like, for what? He's like, I just had extra. I'm like, all right, thanks. You know what I'm saying? This is weird. You know what I mean? But it's like, all right. But I get it to an extent. You know what I mean? But
Gift giving is a love language.
it is.
Yeah,
A
It
lot of
is.
because
people's love language, actually.
I mean, shit. I was about to say, like, hey, at least he talks to you that way.
What up, Michael Kaka?
You know what I mean? At least you get spoke to that way. Like, shit, I
Well, I
don't get
mean,
spoke
like
to by no way,
our
no how
dynamic is
by my
weird
parents.
though. I think it's more on the lines because he wasn't there for a lot of part of my life or for a lot of things. You know what I mean? He didn't tell me, like I said, how to mac a
Well, that's the
gram, throw a
typical. That
football and
would be a
shit. Yeah,
typical way somebody would try to be involved in your life.
right,
That
absolutely,
wasn't is by giving you stuff, or you know what I
right,
mean?
absolutely. And
Because they
like I
don't even
said,
really. I mean, I'm not
But
saying that this is the case, but a lot of times the person doesn't even really know the other person,
yeah,
so
that's
the
what I
only
was gonna
thing they
say.
can
right,
do is buy
right,
them
It
something.
it also matters like what you're buying. If you thought about it, if it was
yeah.
for something or a reason,
hmm
or you just gave him
He
some
brought
old
me
pair of
like he
shoes.
brought me a bunch of dog food and shit like that, free dog
Yeah.
food and shit. So like he was just, and that dog food's expensive. So yeah, it does help a nigga out. I ain't knocking that. It's just on the lines of that. I feel like it comes from a guilt, not real love. You know what I mean? Like I'd
Hmm.
rather him. You know what I mean? Like he's already done shit like this, but because I've told him like I'd rather you look out for these babies, look out for the next generation. I would do that type of grandpa shit. You don't got to do nothing for me. I'm a grown ass man now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do anything, what's gonna be show me that you love me is doing for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like showing being a grandpa. Like that's what would
hmm
fucking. You know what I mean? Like I
But
don't
he
really
probably
need
can't
none.
do that. So.
Yeah, he can he does to an extent, but he's old school with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that grandpa shit for them niggas is like taking you to the circus, and that only comes around once every 4 years or some shit. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? He don't really. He's like so old school with it. He was a brick mason and shit. You know what I mean? Like for most of his life, and then he was in the military and everything like that. But he's just super fucking old school, one of those type of guys. So it's like he think giving you $10 is a lot.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? That's how old school he is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the way he showed love, it is a little different, and it is a little different. Like you could tell he grew up in that time period where that's how maybe husbands showed their wives love. Like, all right, I came home late from work 8 times in a row.
Yeah.
She might be
Here's
suspicious
a
or something.
necklace.
Here's a necklace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't want that shit.
right? I know. I'm just saying, like, you could just tell, like, that's the that's the mentality that he.
Boy, Megawatt is ready to goddamn shoot. I don't want that shit. Get that fucking shit away from me.
Get that shit the fuck away from me.
If you're gonna give me something, you know,
Right.
for a reason of me to accept your bad behavior, no, I don't
Right.
want that shit.
Yep, I feel you. And that's what the government does to us. That's some fucked up type of love. That's what I'm saying. Like the best way you could show somebody you love them, if you know, is if you know they
Well,
came out during that State of the Union and was like, "Look, we're just gonna give everybody a lot of money because
that
that's what the
State
fuck
of
we
the
can do."
Union, oh my God, that is
Love.
so fucking crazy. That was delusionally crazy.
Well, it showed
Yep.
who loved who, and a lot of times, you know, people get confused. Oh, and people think that they love them because they're doing this for them, or they're doing that for them, or they're you know, but that's not real. It's never really been
Mm-mm.
genuine. You know what I mean? Since the fucking go, you know what I mean? So it's like we've all been in this relationship with this chick, if you want to say that just hasn't fucking or male, depending on who you are, and we're going to use that analogy as the government who just has been showing us, you know, all some false love. You know what I mean? I don't know if you want to call it false love. I don't know. I guess you would call it love by definition of society. You know what I mean? Because it's all misconstrued or all turned upside down. I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Um, the real love doesn't really exist anymore. Everybody's out for themselves. Even if you do get somebody who genuinely loves you, they're still out for themselves type shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so even if their acts of genuine love,
Well,
it's
there's
still some kind of
there's
selfish
reciprocal
underlying
love,
tone.
and then
Yeah.
there's agape love, which is totally different. Which you're not expecting anything in return. So
Nah.
And there's just motherfucking love. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's what
Yeah.
I got. I just got
That
love. Like
that unconditional shit. You know what I mean?
me
Like
and my
even
wife have sit here and goddamn yell at each other, but not really even be mad, just yell. Just
Yeah.
you know, because
I've heard it.
but there's no argument. You know what I mean? It's just like I mean, sometimes there's a little bit of an argument, but probably just because she gets on my nerves. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, bro.
Nah,
I've
I'm just
always learned that anybody who
probably
can
it's
get under
probably
your
just because
skin,
she's on my nerves. That's all it
anybody
is.
who can
I
get under
never
your
get on
skin
her
a little
nerves.
bit is, you know, you got some type of love for her. You know what I mean? Like that's just real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ain't nothing
because
wrong to
think
care
about it.
about people.
If somebody gets under your skin and you don't
Right.
love them, you're fucking done with them. You're like, bitch, get the fuck away from me.
You
Yeah,
definitely done with 'em.
you're not about to get under my skin. No way. Leave me
Right.
alone.
And
You
I'm
know?
not saying
And
people
and
should
when
put
I'm
up with fucked up shit, right? So don't get us wrong there when we say like you shouldn't put up with fucked up behavior, and then somebody hide love behind that fucked up behavior. You know what I mean? We're saying more on the lines of when someone is a disagreement, or if it's, you know, a different type of person that you're dealing with, two different vibrations, then you know what I mean. Obviously, there's going to be some misunderstandings, and what you need to do to get through that. If you just say fuck it, then that's not real love. That it can't be real love. You know what I mean? But obviously, if you caught them fucking your best friend, then you know, get rid of that motherfucker. That's not love. You can't forgive that type of behavior. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I mean, to me, if that's any way possible something that could happen, then I wouldn't even be with the person
Right.
anyway. You know what
Facts.
I mean? If I can look at you and tell that you're that type of person, there's no reason for me to deal with you,
Yup.
because you do something like that to me and I'm gonna be real mad. I
Well,
might hurt you.
the only reason why that type of shit happens though is because of the false love. You know, the facade that
Well,
Mhm.
and
they portray to people to get their
narcissistic
guards down.
tendencies, they always do love bombing, which is giving all these gifts
Yeah.
to people to get them, you know, involved. And
Yeah.
so
I mean, we just got love bombed by the government. I'm trying to tell.
Mhm.
Listen, all of this shit that we talk about be so relevant on many levels, guys. Because if you love your country, quote unquote, you know what I mean. Your country don't love you. You know what I mean. Just want to let
Yep.
y'all know that's just a side note. But we got about like 7 minutes left. We only said we was gonna be in here for about an hour today. We've been real busy in real life, but just still wanted to come and share with y'all a positive vibe, laugh a little bit. That's what I told Nova. I was like, I didn't really want to get too
If
deep
you've
today. I
got
just
hey,
wanted to
if
show some love.
Megawatt, if you got something that you want to, you know, add more to it, I mean, I don't mind sitting here, but I'm just
well,
kind of fizzed out. Like I'm tired as fuck. My brain's not working that good, and I'm just not as intellectual as I usually am.
okay. Okay.
Well, that's why
Well,
we was going with the lighter vibrations. You know what I mean? Just something to
Yeah.
chill out, smoke, conversate with good people, show some love, tell the truth to each other. Hey, what's up, motherfuckers? Like some crazy shit going on. Let y'all
I saw
motherfuckers.
your post about the airplane going down.
mhm.
What was that about?
I
I
don't
saw
know.
there
It
was like a
just
bunch of fatalities or
it just
something.
said it crashed and it didn't really have a lot more information. I just think it's interesting. So, like,
Yeah, that's
Was
what
it a Boeing?
no, I don't think it was. I think it was a personal aircraft. So,
Hmm.
Yeah,
Uh,
they didn't say who it was or whose aircraft it
mm-mm,
was.
mm-mm.
uh,
Maybe we'll have some more information.
No,
We'll
but
fuck around, find out
I did
Tuesday.
see in Pennsylvania they're gonna stop 911 calls from
Oh
3
my
a.m.
God! See,
to
why?
7
See,
Pittsburgh,
a.m.
right?
yup,
Yeah,
Oh
yup.
yeah,
so
sorry.
that's
Pittsburgh's in Pennsylvania. My
it's
bad.
right. It
Fuck, I'm
is.
an idiot.
And I don't know
It-
if you saw this on my page either, Nov. So yesterday, Kamala Harris was here in town, and she went to a swap meet in a area of town that I would call somewhat questionable. I'm not trying to be rude or
The
put
hood
labels on
Down there where
things.
the sex workers are.
down
Yeah,
there in the hood
it's right, right.
on the other
So
side of the tracks.
we know what she's looking for. So she was here yesterday morning in the
She was getting her dope, hitting
She
her
has a whole
b-boy up.
crew with her walking through a swap meet. So
That's funny.
mhm,
She was just probably trying to make sure she was probably looking for a fake bag.
maybe a Prado. Yeah.
Some fake
Pradu.
ass shoes and a fake bag with her fake ass self.
I
Anyway,
can't stand that motherfucker
uh,
either, bro.
there was something else. When you mentioned her, there was something that came to
Well,
And it
I
was
mind.
funny too because after I posted that, the 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 Montel Williams thing where he's walking on the red carpet with her popped up in my timeline. I was just laughing because
Yeah.
ah,
Oh, well, how
yeah,
about this, man?
uh-huh.
yeah, she dated that man in
Why?
2001.
What is really going on with this reality we're in right now? Because it's like Donald Trump and Joe Biden are going to be running against each other just like 2020. The motherfuckers were both in Georgia or the Atlanta metro area, I guess you could call it extended, over the weekend. I mean, like, what the fuck is really going
Well,
on?
I would
Man,
say it's not really a reality. First and foremost, this is
yeah,
definitely not a reality.
I
We
can
have a
see that.
lot of weird energies at play, and I mean, I guess what you're saying is from the Super Tuesday voting we had like a week or two ago. You're getting that from that Joe Biden's going to be
No,
on the ticket.
well, nah, they
Yeah, well,
both,
who else?
yeah,
I don't see
yeah.
him being. I don't see him staying on. I'm sorry, I don't. Something is going to happen.
Well, who the fuck is going to be on there then?
I don't.
They ain't
There's
gotten there. There's nobody else. There's one
Yeah,
person,
there
and
isn't.
nobody even knows
There's
who the
no other
fuck they are.
delegates. There's
There's
no.
nobody running for
The
president on the
only
Democratic.
the
there.
only other delegate or the only other person that has any other delegates is somebody with an unknown name. They don't even have a
Well,
name.
don't they still have time to put someone out there?
I'm sure they can do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, yeah,
That's
but
like that's how.
jeez.
Well,
I mean,
I see it being a woman and on their ticket, and I have two people in my mind for who that is. One we just talked about and one we haven't. So I'm not going to really say names, but I don't see him. He's going to have
Joe
some type.
Biden's gonna run. He's gonna fucking run. He
He might.
just. If he would have fucked up that State of the Union speech horribly, they would have probably took him out of that bitch. I think that was a test right there. He just convinced people that he's able to do the job,
He
whether
might
you
have.
believe it or not.
He
You know what
might
I mean?
have, but I feel he's going to have some type of a health problem, significant health problem between now and say September that is going to impact the fact that he might be thinking he's running. So,
Well, if
I
that's
don't
the case, then he might. I mean, if it's too bad, he won't be the president anymore.
correct.
And
That may
then
change. Yes.
what's her name would be the president.
That's why.
All they really have to do is issue a state of war, and nobody's going anywhere.
That's right.
Right.
And
Right.
that's much more likely the scenario than
Well,
anything else.
that's
So,
look. There's a military. You could call it a temporary pier if you want, but it's a base being installed in Gaza, right? So all you need is one Houthi
I like how you
missile
slipped
to
that
hit
in
that
there.
place, and
Yeah.
all and
Yeah,
then
man.
you already know. You
Well, then what
already
do you
know.
think they're doing? You know what I mean? That's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
going
women, come
straight.
on.
Come on, bro. It's like what your fucking your little brother used to do to you. He used to, or little cousin. They would take their finger and hold it an inch from your face and be like, "I'm not touching you. I'm not touching
Yeah.
you. I'm not touching you," just to provoke you to smack the shit out of them, and then you smack the shit out of them, and then next thing you know, who they call? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mom and dad come in with the big guns.
He
Yeah,
hit me.
he
He
hit
hit
me,
me.
right? So it's like that's exactly what the fuck is being set up right now, man. Like, have we not watched? You know, been
Yeah, but
watching iPod's documentary. You know what I mean? Like,
but
if
a
we compared
large
this to where we are,
majority, a
yeah.
large majority of people would not agree to that. They would not think that's correct. So
Well, I mean, I mean, they could disagree all they want. I mean, but the facts show, you know, what really happened. You know, it's really in our history books. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really didn't even really lie to us. They really told us what actually happened, and then, you know, this whole fucking time, still they've been playing mommy, daddy. These guys are persecuting us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody has asked, what have you done for your fucking sibling to beat your ass so many times?
Right.
Why does every
Did you
last
go
one of
in
your
his
brothers and
room and like
sisters?
steal something? Did you go in there
Right,
and
that's
mess
what I'm
his bed
saying.
up?
But
Did
it's
you
not.
go in there and fuck with his shit?
It's not just one of your brothers and sisters. It's all of them.
All of
So
them.
all of them. So
The whole
all your
damn neighborhood, matter of fact.
matter of fact,
I done got a call from so and
other
so's parents,
parents.
so and
Yeah.
so's parents,
Yeah,
so and
like
so's
why?
parents.
What the fuck is you doing? Now I got to look at you. See, but you know, a lot of people they're not going to because when you start looking at that situation and you say now we have to look at you. These are the only group of individuals that can't be criticized publicly without something bad happening to the person who does it. So we already we see the play in the notion. I mean that's why we was kind of wanted to come with the love today, but what we can do and get out of it is to understand that love that we have for our country and our country people and our people around us, whether you want to call it a country, a gang, or team or tribe or wherever the fuck, all of our love that we have for that is not being reciprocated by the people that we have elected, and that it's shown all over the motherfucking globe. So whether whether we're
Yep.
gonna fucking do
Oh,
something or not, it's kind of like too
speaking of
late.
love, I got
Yeah.
love for because I just think that this could happen anywhere. I don't give a fuck. United States, China,
Right. Right.
whatever. I think that an uprising of some sort could happen anywhere. And what's going on in Haiti, bro?
Oh
Now,
yeah.
look, hold on.
Yeah.
The media, I want to ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
I know this really hadn't have anything to do with love. Do
No,
you
you good,
believe the headlines of people are shooting people and then going over there and eating them? Do y'all believe that there's cannibalism going on?
And that's interesting that you brought that up because after the show where we were talking about right and wrong and you were like there is no right and wrong and like you were saying your perspective on that, this is what came up for me was cannibalism because there is actually cannibalism. There are vampires. I know the movies portray them a certain way, but those things are actually real and they do happen. And I'm sorry, but I don't think cannibalism is right. There is a restaurant in LA that serves cannibalized dishes. So
Why not? Why not though?
I just don't think that's right.
Do you think it's okay to donate your body to science?
Yeah, but I think you have to have an
So
understanding
what
that
about feeding somebody?
I just don't think
I'm
you're
not trying to
supposed
give you a
do
hard
that.
time. I'm just saying, like, why not? Is all I'm saying.
I don't think
It's
that
like,
it's
is the flesh like some holy thing, like the cracker that you eat at church for
No,
Christ?
I just don't think that you can rule any of that out in certain circumstances.
I
And
know there's
situations.
extreme
There's
circumstances.
but
What
I'm
you're
just
talking
saying. So
about.
it's like if you look on it on that level, then it's not necessarily right or wrong. It's just depending
But you're
on.
talking about in one-off cases. I'm saying on the day-to-day, I don't think that you're supposed to eat other humans. I don't think that's how the
No,
planet
not
was
at,
set up.
I don't either. I don't think that necessarily
What
is
if it was
right
just like a
or
delicacy?
Delicacy?
Delicacy, sorry. Because over in China, they eat tiger penis as a delicacy, and
Okay.
it's extremely expensive.
I'm
Right.
sure. There's a cat who is in Africa somewhere who eats certain coffee beans and then puts them out into the forest, and then they collect the cat's excrement and they make coffee grinds out of it. So
Yeah.
that doesn't mean I want to eat it.
Right, you might not though.
No.
Yeah, but I mean,
You might not.
that's
But
actually
somebody
some
else.
really good fucking coffee.
All right.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. They fertilized the coffee bean immediately because the
Right.
coffee bean isn't digested by the cat. I seen that. What you're talking
Yeah,
about?
I know.
It doesn't
Mhm.
digest the coffee bean,
Yeah.
so it just poops it out, and it has a so
What
you
about-
just plant it, and it's fucking you get good coffee.
What
trees
about
or whatever the
people
fuck.
using other people's body parts to continue to live with,
I
like
mean,
transplants, etc.?
I suppose, if someone died of in a car accident, or they had an extreme circumstance and their wish was for their organs to go on to other people
I mean,
to
there's
help
some
them
people who
leave.
might wish for their family to eat them. Like some people eat the placenta after, you know what I
I,
mean? Like
I
some
am
people
Yeah.
not a
might-
I am not a I'm not a fan of that. I
yeah, I
don't
feel you.
I don't
feel you.
think it's
I'm
But-
just
right.
saying I don't think that is necessarily
Okay,
right
okay,
or
hold
wrong.
on.
I
But
just
there's
think
a
that
difference
it's-
between not being a fan of it, and then there's a difference between, I think there's a difference between
Yeah,
not thinking
so
it's right.
let
So
me-
why isn't it
Let
right?
me go back and just
Because I can
explain
see
that.
why you're not a fan of it. I'm not either, but
right.
So-
you know what I mean? Like,
Whether you believe in whatever theory it was that the earth got created, or whether it's spiritual or non-spiritual or whatever, the planet as an ecosystem.
I believe we're living on an 8-dimensional plane, and we're never mind. I'm just fucking with you.
The planet itself works a certain way. There's cows that are eating grass, that are, fertilizing land, and there's chickens that lay eggs, and all this stuff is set up the way that it's set up. We didn't set it up this way. There's plenty of food for people to eat, and I think,
Do we know that we didn't set it up this way?
I
That's
think-
the question.
Yeah, I
Do
think
we
it's-
know that
I
we
think it's-
didn't? Do we know we didn't create cows through cloning or some
I
weird
eat
shit?
cat.
Well,
No, cows.
I eat cat too.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, how
I
far?
think it's
'cause look,
too
think about it.
perfect.
Think about it. Livestock in general. How far does that go back that people's been eating livestock and having livestock, like cows and fucking livestock? You know what I'm
For
saying?
a long time. A long
Cows?
time. Yeah. Yep. The only place.
So
it
why
wasn't
did we just
happening-
start drinking cow milk?
I don't know who figured that out, but that person is very sick, and they need some.
Because that
very
doesn't
good
make
assistance.
sense. Like, why would we only be drinking cow milk in the last 100 years, but cows have been around for a long fucking time?
I think they were doing it a long time ago, and I think they were just doing it for people whose parents
Rich
died.
people?
What
Yeah,
up,
or
GP,
rich
man?
people or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know all of it, but what I'm saying is the ecosystem, the way that it is, it works the way that it works. It seems to be self-sufficient whether we mess with it or not. You know what I mean?
For
We
sure.
can take
Right.
the
I mean, I
eggs
get
and
all
cook
that, but
'em.
I'm just saying, like, why do you think? I'm just asking your personal opinion. Why do you think it's wrong to eat human meat? Is it like a spiritual thing, or is
Yeah.
it like a?
Yeah, because okay, let me just put it to you this way.
All
Let's
right.
say you have a person who does things that are not good. Maybe they rape.
But hold
someone.
on now. I knew you was going here. That's why
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to ask you.
I know.
What is? Because I think we're gonna have to talk about this another time too.
I'm sure we are.
What
don't-
is wrong and what
Or
is
let's-
right, and
let's-
who determines that?
Let's say let's not use that example. Let's say they have belief systems that are not what I would consider right. If I
Okay.
eat that person, I am consuming tissue and matter of somebody who carried around completely
Right.
different
Well, I mean,
belief systems
that's
than me.
that's as simple as there were native tribes who consumed the eyeballs of their enemies so they
Uh-huh.
could see or the brain or
Uh-huh.
or
Sure.
whatever the hell, you know what I mean, so they could see what they to show that they've conquered their enemy and shit
Right.
like that. So it's
It
like,
was a
I think,
message
like,
they were
it-
sending.
But if you grew up in that tribe, that's what you would have done, right? Like, and that's what I'm saying when it comes to this type of thing. So it's like,
But
that's why I
those
try
are
not to.
Those are small scale things, and we don't really.
No, that's like a whole
Because
population of people at one
think
point
about
in
it,
time. You know what I
like-
mean? Like the Aztecs and the
Yeah.
in
But
all of
they're
them
no
motherfuckers, they
longer
used to-
here.
Yeah, I know, but they at one point they were the peak of civilization in this
Okay,
very same location.
I
That
got you.
even where you live at, you know what I'm saying? Like they was running that whole situation over there. So it's like, we if you there's a possibility, that any one of us could have grew up in a different time
Mm-hmm.
span in a
Like,
different,
what
so
about
that's why
scalping somebody? You know
I,
what I
I
mean? Like,
understand the reason for it. That doesn't mean I agree with it.
yeah, I mean,
So,
but if you
I don't agree with a
the
lot of shit,
reason,
but I'm not
but I
saying
can
it's not,
guarantee you the
right or
reason why
wrong,
you don't agree with it is because you didn't grow up being taught to scalp
perhaps,
somebody.
but
Right.
I
But
also
that's
didn't.
why these people can do what they do and not feel any remorse or
That's
feel
what
like
I'm
they're
getting
doing
at.
anything wrong,
That's what I'm
because
getting at. Is
that's
like,
what,
that's what I
right.
want to try to make people try to
But
understand. Is like
but in
the
order
people.
to get to that, there is a certain level of detachment, mental detachment that you go through. Because as an empathetic being, I think if you knew you were eating another person, you would
Well,
not feel good
that's
about it.
why it goes back to that question that I kept asking people. Like,
But not
what?
everybody's an empathetic
Well,
being, though.
exactly, because 50% of the world doesn't even have a fucking inner monologue. Like,
Yes.
there's
Didn't you say the
nobody
other day?
inside of them that's
Didn't
saying,
you say the
"Hey,
oth-
you
Didn't
shouldn't
you
do
say the
that."
other day that certain zodiac signs were more empathetic?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
100%.
I mean that right there
Only
should
eat clean, cat.
should
You
let us.
goddamn right. I like Italian cat.
Well, that should let us know right there that, like, there's differences in people
There
just in
are.
general,
There
and so
absolutely
some
are.
I like my
people
cat. I like
might
my
feel
cat
that
topped with meatball. I'm just.
some people might feel that it's okay to eat cat. You know what I mean? And some people might think it's okay to eat human. I mean, and then some people might look at you like you're crazy as fuck to have a dog as a pet in the bed with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
And some people might have a snake in the bed with them. I might think they're crazy as fuck.
Right.
I mean, what's
But that,
like
yeah, I
I
feel
see
you though.
Africans walking around with fucking hyenas on goddamn leashes. I
Right.
wouldn't do that shit, but if I
Right.
grew up over
Well,
there, I
I just
might.
like to.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying, like, all right, I feel you.
I'm just trying to figure out where we draw the line, and if there is
Right.
even a reason to have a marker to
Right.
even draw a line. You know what I mean? Because
Boy, that's a crazy fucking
and then I
question.
guess that goes along with love, like
It does.
knowing that maybe like I can love you enough to let you fucking do what I think is wrong,
Right.
as long as you don't fuck with me. But
Right.
then
Right.
it's like, where do you draw the line of
But
how
that's
close
just
they
it.
are allowed,
Yeah.
or how much are they
What it,
allowed to do of that before it affects you?
it
So
will.
Right.
it's a
There's
thin line.
there's 6 degrees of separation in everything. So if you allow them the freedom to choose and do and feel whatever they want, it's fine until it's 3,000 miles away from you. But as it
Right.
grows closer, you're going to change your mind at some point. That's why I personally feel it's better to have those already mapped out, so I can deal with this and I can't deal with that. And a
I
religion is a great example of that. Certain
Yeah,
religions do certain things that seem fine, and then
Right.
other religions do other things that do not
But
seem
you
fine
still,
or
but you
normal.
still see, and this I'm gonna tell you the oxymoron about
I
living,
think the
being a
reason
human.
what would solve all this would be actually what we're talking about is love.
Yeah,
If
but
if the people 3,000 miles away actually had love for me and I actually had love for them,
right.
we wouldn't hurt each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing. All right, I
And
was talking
so are
to
are we hurting each other, or is it just all ran by these same
bro.
more
This
individuals that we keep talking about?
bro, you have to look at, like, the balance is literally, do I love myself enough to kill something to protect what I love?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a complete oxymoron in the sense, like, do
Mm-hmm.
I love myself, or do I love myself, my family, my wife, you know what I mean, my children, you know
Right.
what I mean,
Enough.
enough to kill something else
And I would argue
to survive?
if it's your family, I would argue it's a different level of action or reaction than it was just for yourself.
It's about balancing being. It's like this. You want to be a fucking samurai who never has to use his sword, but you
Mm-hmm.
still have to be a samurai.
Well,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like,
why I believe that thing that Trump, and I'm just saying because this is, probably the most popular person that you're going to hear say this. So that's why I bring up Trump. But he says peace through strength.
yeah.
And I believe in that. I believe that
What
9
is it?
times out of 10, somebody really ain't gonna mess with me because
that's
when
what-
they
but
look at
that's
me,
what-
they can just see that I'm ready. I'm about it. I'm ready to go.
I'll quote the homie Seven Bomar, and shout out to him over there and the university and all of those cats. he says, you know, we're not gonna kill nothing or let nothing die. You know what I mean? He's basically saying you don't love yourself enough, or you don't have enough hate for the other side
Well,
to actually
I was about
genuinely
to
care.
ask you that. What do y'all think it is? Do you think it's a love for yourself enough or a hate for the other?
Yeah, I
Or
mean,
does it
I
matter
think it's a
about
I
this?
lot.
don't think
Is
it's
it
either one. I think
is it
that's
a scenario that
that.
Well,
that
Yeah.
if you're
comes up?
not willing to kill something that's trying to kill you, then I feel that you might have to do some more searching on the inside. That's just my personal perspective. Like,
Hmm.
because it's gonna that, and that includes even certain aspects of your own self. Like, if you were ever willing to kill that side of, you know, that go getter that didn't have any limits. You know what I'm saying? Like, that go getter that, you know, you had to put a limiter on that nigga because he got you going 180 in the
Hmm.
fast lane. You know what I'm saying? So you had to, you had to scale that shit back because that was detrimental to your existence and the existence of your child and in the existence of the future. So you had to tone that shit back. And when it comes to, situations, like that, I don't think that necessarily it's a hate. But it could be because I think that like 50% of the population don't have an inner voice. So I think like some people could be possessed by emotions or certain emotions, like hate, and well, because hate is a root emotion like love.
Right.
But I would say that for the most part, you know what I mean. A lot of people are afraid to go to that point. You know what I mean? Out of love. Now, there's a difference between like revenge or shooting somebody who shot your friend, and all this other shit that this surface level shit that you hear about. I'm talking about that Shakespearean shit. I'm talking about this governmental shit. Like these
Hmm.
motherfuckers. I'm talking about the type of shit a Jew Zionist would do, like allow Hitler to kill
Like,
millions of its own population in order to gain more influence and power and money in the world. Like
I'm
that
gonna jump
sacrifice.
in
That
here.
means
I'm
you
gonna jump in here. I just watched this thing Bashar was talking about, and he said all emotions are belief systems.
Hmm.
right.
That's why everyone's emotions are different. So if your belief
well,
system is so strong
Hmm.
into, whatever it is, then you can see the reasons why people are doing the things that they're doing, the way they're
Yep.
reacting, the way that they're
Yep.
reacting is based on deep-seated belief systems. If you
Yep.
want to change that emotion, you have to change the belief system.
Yep.
But
And their
but there,
belief
I don't
system
think
is
that you
based
can
in is
change
based in
every
some.
belief system.
Oh no, I mean
You'd
obviously
have to
not,
become
but
aware of it and want to become aware of it
yeah.
and then take the steps to change it, which is hard, no
Yeah,
doubt.
well, that change could mean there might be physical harm you might have to do to somebody else. Are
Hmm.
you willing to do that? That's what I mean. Like if they really wanted to come for you and collect on your mind, body, and soul right now, what are you willing to do to keep that shit sovereign? You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I'm
that's
about it.
I feel you, T.
What
I'm
did you
stuck.
say?
She said she bought it. Say
yeah,
you bought it, cause we bought it.
I
All
come.
right.
Yeah, I
She
already
said, "Go."
know.
Well, I'm just
Hey,
being honest. You know what I mean?
But
Because
I
that's
mean,
that's that's the
until
oxymoron of
you've
life.
actually done it, though, these are all just theories that you're putting out there. If you have never had to do it, you don't know.
Well, I mean, I possibly have. You know what I mean? Like
oh, what
there's
you talking about? This ain't a theory with me. I done had to bust some motherfucker's face open for fucking with me and mine for plenty of times. I promise you that. God damn it. Oh yes, sir. If
But
motherfucker done
you
put
didn't.
some, I put some bullets in somebody
Okay.
too
Did you kill
before. Yes, I
someone?
have. No,
Okay.
I have not. No, didn't have to
Right.
do that.
well, I don't know.
Because
I
they
don't
didn't
know.
die. They didn't. I mean, I shot the
I don't think
motherfucker,
so.
and I was aiming at killing them. Thankfully, they didn't die. You know what I'm saying? But that was partly because I used to live a completely different life. But even I don't know. It's hard to tell because I was in a completely different mindset, completely different lifestyle in general. But I know that if somebody right now were to come in and try to do something,
Thank you,
or
Rajesh.
while I'm out, like I'm definitely going to try to end you. Period. And especially if you're trying to take something from
Yeah.
or
Sure.
harm something that I love, I'm going to
That and
try to
that's the
end
main
your whole
that's the
thing.
main circumstance because it's not like we looking for somebody out here to murder. We're not
But you're
psychopathic
No.
but you're
like these
talking
cats
about
is.
being threatened. That's what you're talking about.
I'm talking about killing something that's trying to kill you.
That's
Yeah.
If
threatening.
there's
Basically just
somebody
for
out
Yeah.
there,
protection.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I'm saying we've already reached that point. We're there. We're
Sure.
there. The food is trying to kill us. The air is trying to kill us. The medical is trying to kill us. The social is trying to kill us. The fucking government, like all of these aspects, and they've been killing us just as in just the population of humans forever. There's
Yep.
not been a time. There's been so many deaths based upon these quote unquote powers that be's decisions. You know what I mean? And whatever the fuck they follow. But I'm saying we're
Hey,
already
think
here
about
right
this,
now.
man.
You know what I mean?
There's no need for like to starve people anymore
No,
in
there's enough
modern
food to go
world,
around.
first and
Yeah.
second world. There's enough food, yes. And so there's no reason to try to kill people through
Nope.
starving them because people are
So
dying from what
so
they're
if they're
eating.
doing it, they're
Right.
doing it for a reason, and they're doing it inhumanely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. So, like, that's why we always ask, like, do we really love our country that much? Like, or did the cats who rebelled against, you know what I mean? Like, how do you show true patriotism to you and your fellow humans? How do you show that, yo, I'm down for not only my country, but I'm down for a whole world to be, on the same page type shit. Like we should all be trading and working together and showing each other this unconditional love. You know what I mean? Because let me put it like this. If you love a human like fiercely, what's it? Jordan Peters said this. If you love a human fiercely, if you love them so strong that they would never want to disappoint you, your disappointment would
Mhm.
kill them alone. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
that is the type of love that we have to have for one another.
And
we have to love each other so much that just to disappoint one another
But
would
the
kill
amount
the
of
other.
people that I see that it can actually do what you're saying is very small. Very
Well,
small.
that's because there's only 50% of us who even have an inner monologue. You know what I mean? So
Right.
now whether the other 50%'s inner monologue, which is directly connected to our conscious stream, and what you would, if in a spiritual sense, you would say soul or spirit. You know what I mean? Then that means there's 50% of the population whose soul or spirit is either been taken over by something else, possessed, right? Which that's what people would call that, and then or it's being controlled. You know what I mean? Like a clone.
you,
You know what I mean?
you know what
it's been
all
suppressed.
I respect myself so much, like that I don't want to be a hypocrite. Well, I take that back. I respect myself and I respect my wife, right? I don't want anybody to look at me as a hypocrite and then me look bad on her either. So that's
Right.
why I try to live what the fuck I talk about.
Yeah.
I don't try to be a badass because I might talk about some badass stuff. If I talk about some badass stuff, it's because I did that badass stuff back in the past.
Okay.
It's not about I'm trying to persuade someone to make them feel like I'm this badass that's just ready to train to go all the time. No, that's the old me. I ain't going back.
But don't get it twisted, though.
You know what I mean? I still got the shotty by the
Don't
door.
get it twisted, though, right? I will realign your chakras.
But that's not what exactly. But that's not what is. That's not even on my mind. The
Right.
thing is if something happens to me or somebody around me or is about to, I just react in general.
Right.
That's just
Right.
me.
Right.
So maybe I'm
But it's not
answering
a
some
time,
questions
though. It's
here.
not a time, though. It's not a time for, you know what I mean? People are like, well, what y'all talking about is like, y'all low key just talking about like a revolution or
Yeah.
but like it doesn't have to look like how
But
we've known
just
revolutions to look.
think
Right.
How
about
they
this.
programmed
The
us, how they programmed us to think a revolution will look like.
But-
It don't have to
Exactly.
be like
But think about this. All the food that you're eating, unless you know where it was
Right.
grown or grew it yourself, is trying to harm you
Right.
in some form or
Well,
fashion.
well, listen. Like, I personally believe that there's some people who should be, unalived for
Sure.
the corruption, they've done to
Because that's
to the
the only
population.
thing that can stop them. They will never
but
stop
but
otherwise.
it's like a hydra, though. You cut off one head and three more grow in its place. So the thing about it is we have to either remove the heart of the machine peacefully by just not participating in it at all, and then resetting it ourselves in a manner to where it's a more of a constitutional republic like it was supposed to be. Then to continue to allow.
Okay, I got a weird question, but it goes with the human meat. So, would you rather eat human meat that had never had preservatives in it, that was a stellar being, right? Would you rather eat that human meat or would you rather eat McDonald's?
Man, I'm not eating at all, nigga.
I'm skipping it. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
just
out.
not eating at all,
I
my
would
nigga.
go
I'm gonna go ahead
outside
and
and
tell you. I'm telling you right now. I'm eating McDonald's. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I
Okay.
feel
Because
you,
I
bro.
gotta eat. I don't give a fuck. I ain't
I
eating no
feel you.
human meat. I feel
But hold
when
on.
you
Hold,
say I'm not eating human meat,
No, I
and I
understand, but
think it's
yeah.
wrong,
hold
and you
on.
feel that it's wrong. I understand what you're
I
saying,
think you
Megawatt.
used
But
a
I'm
r-
saying that there's some other people that don't have
okay.
that feeling of it's wrong
I
to
Right,
eat.
I agree with you, but
right.
I don't know if that feeling came naturally installed in them or they were groomed to think that way over a long
It's
period
a
of
little
time.
bit of both.
First
It's a
and
little bit of
foremost,
both.
and second, that example you used was horrible. And I don't mean this in any way rude, but there are claims that there is human meat in McDonald's food. So
I
I
know,
don't know.
and horse meat,
Yeah, I don't
and all
know.
kind of shit.
Yeah, but he's saying he'd rather eat that, not knowing if it is or isn't,
Right,
than to
I
motherfucking
mean,
eat.
I can
Yeah,
right.
appreciate that. And
yeah.
if push came to shove, I might
Because
make
see,
the
look,
same
just
choice.
like you said, I've been conditioned
Hmm.
to think that McDonald's is an okay place to eat
And
Right,
kids should
throughout
go
my
there.
life.
They have a
right,
Right.
kids
I've
playground.
never been conditioned that it's cool to eat a human being,
right.
Correct.
Facts.
dead or alive.
Well,
And
well,
So,
here's my
it's
question.
but if somebody hasn't been conditioned to think that if it was vice versa, what would be wrong about that?
Here's my
Because
question.
McDonald's is still bad for you. So
Yes.
I mean,
what's
it's
better?
possible that we've already consumed some human meat
And
in
let
our lives.
and this is where I'm going.
Well, there
Here's
was
my
one time
question.
when I was out in the mountains. I had it. I'm just kidding.
If you ate at a restaurant and you were with your wife or your girlfriend or someone and you had a meal and you were sitting there saying, "Oh man, that was the best food ever," and the waitress came up and said, "You just consumed human meat," what would you say?
Oh well, I mean, shit, it's the past now. Ain't shit I can do about it. I mean, I'm gonna sue you, but
Yeah, I would
you
be
know what I'm
like,
saying.
I'd
But
be like, I want to speak to the fucking manager at
yeah, I
once.
mean,
Would you go in the restroom and remove it from your body, or
I
would you
just
just leave it there?
what the fuck?
Nah, I
How else
wouldn't.
am I
If I
gonna
didn't have
remove
to,
that shit?
if I
I'm
didn't
gonna
have to
throw
throw
up.
up on, if I didn't have to do it
I
on my
can't.
own,
I
I
don't know if
wouldn't.
I can make myself throw up. I don't know if I don't know if I can't say that if they told me that I
Honestly,
wouldn't
if
even
they
feel
said that to
nauseous.
me, I
I don't
might
know.
just throw up right
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
I
You
don't
could
know if I could.
automatically do it, or you
I
can go in
don't
the
know.
bathroom and make it happen. So
I don't know because I can't say that because somebody has fed me some shit and I was like, oh, that was delicious. And when they told me what it was, I was like, like something I wouldn't eat.
hmm
But
yeah,
I was
cow
like,
tongue or
no, it
tripe
was
or
it was
something. Yeah.
it was some kind of snake or
Okay.
some shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. It was like a snake burger or some weird, or I don't know, it was some fucking weird shit, yo. And I was like, I never would fucking eat that shit just because,
hmm
like, what the fuck? You
Well,
know what I mean? Who eats that
there
But
shit?
are
see,
restaurants
that's
who
just
do
the
that.
difference.
I
Yeah,
know,
there's a
right?
difference
That's what I
in
mean. But
everybody. You
but
could
I
live in
felt
another
completely
country
grossed
and
out. But if he was like, "Oh yeah, you just ate my sister," I would be
hmm
like, "What?"
hmm
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, but at the same time, it's like how I don't know if I would feel nauseous enough. I don't know.
but
I've
but
never.
that right there is really kind of like too late to feel like
Yeah,
it's
that's what
wrong
I'm
or not wrong.
saying. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know if I would.
it wouldn't matter. I would be so upset that I would not be able to like sleep
Yeah,
or
but you
think
never had a
straight.
choice in to eat it or not.
Yeah,
So
right. You
you
just
see what I
ordered a
mean?
steak and you
It,
thought it was cow.
correct. But
Right.
it would mess me up psychologically very much. Like it would really mess with me, and I don't know how I would be able to
Yeah,
resolve the
I
situation.
can't say if I would be. I mean, I would probably be upset and I would sue him, obviously, but I don't know if I would be able to regurgitate
I wouldn't. Yeah, I
on.
wouldn't have a. I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
have a nervous breakdown over it. I can tell you
Yeah,
that. I'd just
yeah,
be like, "What the fuck?" You know.
yeah. Because
I'd have a story to tell, and I'd have a
yeah,
case coming.
yeah,
And
yeah.
also, I mean, the other
In
thing
a bag coming,
is
right?
scientifically it changes your DNA when your diet consists of eating the
Oh,
same
I'm
things
sure.
that you are. It changes you.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, there's this a population of Eskimo that need to eat seal or they
Hmm
die.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they've been eating seal since they've existed, to
And
the
they're
point to where now their body relies on that seal fat, and
and
if they don't have it, they actually get
yeah,
weak and die. Like,
right.
that shit's crazy. Yeah.
Because that's
Okay,
what they
so
were made upon. Yeah.
all right, so cannibalism in general, you believe that it goes on in Haiti just in
Oh, I
general.
believe it goes on right here in your neighborhood, in
Okay,
your.
but in
Yeah.
Haiti,
Mhm.
Yeah, when we were talking, yeah, he
okay,
was talking
so
about that
why don't
revolution.
they talk about why doesn't the media talk about cannibalism any other time than when there's an uprising, a revolt, or whatever you want to
Right.
call it in Haiti, and they're saying the people that are doing the killing are also eating the people they kill. I'm like, man, what the fuck is
He
really
said
going
that
on,
they
dude?
say the name of that dude was Barbecue. Like, how you gonna say the name of the leader of the group of the people who's eating people?
Yeah, and then they
Like,
show him with a fucking that picture was had him with a Mason Masonic fucking
yeah, man.
chain on or whatever,
Yeah.
charm on. So I don't know. I'm just saying, like I was just wondering, and then
Well, I've been thinking
if
about
we
this since last week because I do not believe you're supposed to eat humans. I'm sorry. I don't. It doesn't matter what you tell me. I will never agree to that. I will not, it's the same as eating a
Just
cat or a
saying,
dog.
man.
I would not do it. So, yes, I've been conditioned to believe certain things and
100%. That's the only reason.
yeah,
That's the only reason. 100% because there's
Oh,
no reason why you wouldn't eat a dog, but you would eat a cow.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean,
true.
me
Because if
personally,
you look at a cow's face and you look at a dog's face, they're both
They're
cute
both
in the
cute.
face.
Yes, they
yeah,
are. Mhm.
pigs are cute too.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I wanted to get a little fucking pig. And my wife was like, no, we are not getting a guinea pig. I was like, come on, man. She was like, them things get huge. I was like, no, it won't. I'll keep it small.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Y'all two need a reality show, first of all. And second of all,
but think about
I
it though. I mean,
I
we are
believe
so conditioned that, I mean, yeah, it sounds really weird to think that it would be normal to eat a human being, but I
well,
mean,
there are people who are doing it, and they are famous people who are out in the
Yeah.
media and they are doing it.
Eating a placenta is no different than eating a
I was
human
just
being.
about to get to
And
that part of it.
I don't know what niggas think. Like, nigga, you eating
Yeah.
a fucking part of a human, nigga. Like,
I don't
you
give a
gonna
fuck if you just take one bite
right,
or if
nigga.
you
Like,
eat the
you're
whole
eating
shit.
human flesh, nigga. This is
Yeah.
and specifically women human flesh.
Well,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
have
Like,
a company that takes the placenta and dries it, and then they grind it into pill form, and they give it to you in capsules. So
man, either
yeah,
way, you're eating
yeah.
human flesh. You
hmm
consuming
Well, that's
flesh.
how they do it here. In other countries, they don't do it like that. They
Yeah,
pull that son of a bitch right there, get a
yeah, and
steak knife
they
and a
eat it.
fork and go
Sure.
win, win, win.
Ah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah. This ritualistic
Because,
type
okay,
shit,
so
man.
I asked that because of this girl that I've been seeing on Instagram. She's like this tattooed up girl, which is fine because my wife's tattooed up, but I don't necessarily like the way this girl looks. But every time I see her, ever since she's had her baby on camera in the pool naked, she's been on Instagram naked. And I'm like, should this
Just like that
bother
one
me or
dude.
not? Like, why does this bother me? You know what I
Bro,
mean?
like,
Would it
no, because these
why
niggas
is
is
this why
weird,
is this
bro.
kind of weird? You know what I
Well,
mean?
it
But
is. I
is it
mean,
weird?
yes.
Or am I the weird one?
Well, I think
No.
Do I need to open up a little bit and be like,
no.
well, this bitch can be
Nah.
I
naked if she
think
wants?
if you
Nah.
use your intuition and your body's system and it's bothering you, then it's bothering, and you have to figure out
Nah,
why.
I
I
don't
don't.
think that's appropriate behavior for anybody to be just ass
But look
naked
at this
on the
though.
goddamn
So if
tub.
you lived in Europe or if you lived in some other countries, you would see naked people on TV
Yeah,
all
for
the
sure.
time, and it's
And
not porn
and their argument
because
to
it's
us
how it is
is
there.
they don't have violence on their TV like we do, and so naked people is not harming anyone.
Yeah.
Right? No, I get it.
That's
I get it.
that's
I'm just
that's
saying how
not
conditioned we are is all
that's
I'm
not the
trying to.
case.
I'm putting
That's
that.
definitely harming the niggas. It's already been It's already been proven that porn and pornographic type shit, and nakedness, it does something to the fucking brain.
It
Obviously,
does.
if you're conditioned
It
to,
changes the structure of your brain and the way that the neural pathways work. So
Yeah,
if
Yeah.
you
for
don't know
sure.
that, then you should look into it because
Yeah, I mean, bro, why do you think we got motherfuckers who go to public pools and jack off and shit? You know what I
hmm
mean? Watching other people
Yeah.
in bathing suits. Like, you have people who
It's
do some
like,
weird ass shit like that. I mean, and it's like, people think, well, like if you take drinking in another country, for example, like they start at a younger age, so there's less alcoholics, less alcoholism, there's less, drunk drivers, shit like that, because they've been drinking since they were fucking 12 every day. They
14.
didn't
Yeah.
have wine,
hmm
14, yeah, whatever, they had
Yeah.
wine every day at the fucking table since they were young. So but then you look at it in the other manner, like, all right, well, what about with naked people? And it's just not the fucking. It just doesn't equal the same. What it ends up turning into is perverse. It ends up being perverse
Yeah.
every fucking time.
Uh-huh.
There's no fucking way that we can
yep.
be fucking
If you
completely
start
naked around each
And
other and
when you
no
start as a
perverts start.
kid,
Bro, it's just
when you start as a kid on Nickelodeon getting fucked with, it
mhm.
affects you as
It
an
does.
adult.
And
yeah.
I could list 25 people that fall into that category, but I can also tell you too that like a lot of the people who, get murdered, like Madeline Soto is a good example. Her stepdad was abusing her for the past 2 years, and now she's dead. So like
Yeah.
they
Shit's
progress into certain things. You don't just stop at one level and go, I can watch porn. But eventually it changes and changes and changes, and you no longer have control over that.
And even if it's just, you know what I mean, like I said, even if it's just people being naked and there's nudists and people teaching that shit, but like it gets weird because the problem with that is that humans, they're especially, just all the average human, you know what I mean, they're just fucking we're wired to understand that this is, inappropriate. But at the same time, motherfuckers will do that shit. Like, all right, like that one dude. I don't know if y'all aware, but he had this weird ass cult. It's always some weird ass cult people. You know what I mean? They're doing some weird ass shit. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to like the motherfuckers says, I'm naked around my kids, I'm naked around this. My son comes up and grab my penis. You know what I'm saying? I just I don't hide nothing. Da, 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 da. Like I make love to my wife while she's breastfeeding. Like what the
That
fuck
is
is wrong with
wrong.
y'all?
And
Niggas is just weird.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
always ends up being perverse. Like niggas just can't be naked and just be naked. It ain't no Adam and Eve shit. Ain't no
no.
Garden of Eden and
I
shit,
mean, if
bro.
you're all adults, then that's one thing. But once you start,
Bro, there's
moving children,
always I have never been to any kind of fucking naked event. I've never been to really any kind of naked event, but I've never been to a naked event that I don't know of that don't get freaky from the people that have been to naked events that tell me they've been to like, yeah, we go to naked events, they go to nudist shit and shit like that, but we'll be going down. What y'all niggas be doing? They are just be kicking in, everybody just being naked. Nah, freaky shit go down, bro.
Freaknik.
Freaknik, right?
Yeah.
It's never
Uh-huh.
just niggas is just being naked, bro. Like I've never seen motherfuckers who go to them nudist beaches and shit. It be fucking freaky ass motherfuckers. Like it's just I've never seen that shit. I've never seen a group of humans able to just be naked, and that's just what it is. Like I just miss me personally. You know what I mean? Like I haven't been in this situation myself like that.
Yeah, I have no desire to even go to a nudist beach.
Yeah.
Well,
me
there's nothing
neither.
you want to see there anyway. It's not the people you think would be
That's
there.
what I'm
It's
saying.
it's
It ain't like it's gonna
terribly
be a bunch
old.
of models walking around. It's gonna be,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's
Right.
gonna
It's
be
some
an
old people
average
trying to knock it
person.
off the bucket list type shit.
They're on
You
a
don't.
yacht
Yeah.
somewhere and you can't even see them. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
Yeah.
just, it is weird though. It just always ends up, and that's with that religion shit too, man. Like that shit always ends up on some freaky shit. You know what I mean? When it comes down to like what motherfuckers believe, and then it never really is just we're trying to do some good shit or some loving shit. It's always some fucking I don't know why. It's just I don't why humans have been wired like that for ages. Think about all Rome. Think about Greece. Think about Egypt. Think about
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia. You can think
Mhm.
about all the greatest, biggest, the Khazarian
Bunny
Empire.
Ranch,
The I'm just saying all the fucking big
Playboy
empires. Like
Mansion.
No, that's a hot mess. We're not
when
going
it was
there.
coming down for their fall, when it's time for their downfall, you seen it was super Sodom and Gomorrah.
I was just about to say now, God
Man.
took Sodom and Gomorrah out now. Them
Right. I'm
motherfuckers.
just saying it gets super perverse because we as
Uh,
humans, we're social and we're sexual fucking beings. You whether you want to admit it or not. That's why I made the conscious decision to be married, because now I can fucking do what do this sacred energy act with somebody that and make it sacred, keep it sacred. You know what I'm saying? And keep that energy in a loop instead of just dishing it out to randomness out there. So
yeah,
it's just a love thing. I guess
exactly.
how much love you got for yourself. You know what I mean? How much love you got. You
And
raising your hand?
how stringent can you be to your own beliefs? That's really the question.
Yeah,
Is
that
you
too.
can believe so many things, but if you can't own up to it, it doesn't matter. Like it
It
does
don't
not
matter at
matter.
all, because
Right.
people you got Christians every day, you know what I mean, getting busted for some
Yeah.
fuck shit. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
There's a term for
Pastors.
it. What is it
Yeah.
called?
I don't
Jack,
know.
whatever. They do whatever they're supposed to do on Sunday, and they go to church and they
Yeah.
pay their tithing, and then Monday through Friday, man, woo, they're on some other kind of
They
trip.
know some other type of
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm
how
tell
they
you what, I lived in the heart of a very religious community. Like I'm extremely staunch religious, and I never saw so many people being dishonest, being rude, being judgmental,
Yep.
lying, carrying on with things that I
Come
could
on,
not even
man. I can
understand.
tell you right now, right? If I was Lucifer, quote unquote, or Satan, or whoever this ultimate enemy of God is supposedly depicted to be, guess where I would be? Right in the motherfucking church, nigga, telling everybody to believe what the fuck I want them to believe, even when it comes to these Zionists. You know what I'm saying? Having them, I'll be the nigga. Definitely tell them, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? That's that shit's in the they talk about, that's part of this, do as thou wilt. That's in Satan. That's in the Satan Bible. It's also in the Talmud, and it's directed from God to the Jewish people. You are my chosen people. I mean, we've quoted it in the fucking last few weeks with the fucking episodes we've been watching. You know what I mean? They straight up tell you,
Yeah.
like, we're God's people. We can do whatever we want because it's not fucking wrong with that. So that's where all of that shit comes from. And like you said, that belief, it comes back to some religious shit. So then now you have some crazy shit going on, but they've instilled that in every other religion out there. That's why it's so related. Like, why is it always sex is always related to religion? You know what I mean? Like, that's another question for another day, though. Like, we could really go real deep into that, but it's always somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a good time to end it for today. But I just wanted to say, I think that the reason why it always ends up at a sexual point is because that is the ultimate power.
Woo.
Like
That's the
if you
ultimate
can get
superpower.
somebody to have sex with you without forcing them or without paying them, if you can con them or cult them into doing it, just think about, you know what I mean? Like how much
Yeah.
power you feel. And
Well,
then you're able to dish it out, but you're also able to take
yeah.
all theirs
Think about
too.
how
And
important
that's
sex
why
is, though, to the spiritual,
that's
into the physical.
that's
Like,
why
bringing,
religions tell you to save
yeah,
yourself, because you're making a commitment not only to God but to that other
right.
person.
But
So it's a
then,
totally different thing.
yeah, but then
Yeah.
that's why you see these fucking priests having sex with little boys, because technically they're not breaking their own virginity.
Hmm.
You see, and that's some fucked up shit. You see what I mean?
Sodomy
Like
is different.
yeah,
Exactly.
yep,
Hmm.
exactly, yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Weird,
Well,
exactly.
I guess
Well,
we can
I'm
end.
sorry. I'm gonna leave with it. I don't
I
think
was
it's
about to
right
say
to
we
eat
can
people, but
we can end on sodomy is not taking the virginity. That's cool. But
so
yeah,
many things I could say, but I just don't think it's right to eat people. That's where I'm at. I'm piecing out.
She's like, I'm gonna end with, it's not right to eat. Well, not right to eat people. I'm gonna end with, hey, I love y'all motherfuckers to the point where I swear I'm gonna tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the motherfucking truth. So as I get the truth, I'm gonna give you the truth, and you might not agree with my truth or reflect with the truth, but just know that I'm telling you because I love you, not because I want you to be scared or afraid, but because I want to empower you on this mindset, mindfulness Monday. And remember, happy birthday, Chuck Norris, because Chuck Norris is the shit. He doesn't even own a stove or a microwave because revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out to Chuck
well,
Norris.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say everybody out there that does like to eat humans, if you're doing it legally and or however that is, if you're not hurting anybody to do it, if they just happen to die and then you eat them, then I support you if that's what you want to do.
Okay, well, I am not on that same page, so I don't believe in that. No
Well,
matter
that's
how they died,
Hey,
I'm not
I
good.
can't call
What
you right
about
or
that
wrong,
show?
bro.
What about that show on Showtime? It's Bumblebees or Yellow Jackets, about the group of women or
mm-hmm.
girls
I
who
haven't seen it.
crashed
Oh,
on the way to a
oh,
soccer tournament, and they're stuck in like the mountains, like snowy ass fucking mountains, for like 2
Mhm.
years, and they end up having to start to eat each other.
Mhm.
I would probably
yeah.
just go hungry. I don't know.
Would you give your body? Would you be like, you guys just take me and eat me because
Well,
I
I'm
don't want to
afraid
eat nobody?
I'm a little chunky, so I'm afraid they would just knock me over the head and not give me a choice. So
Ah,
Yeah,
she said she
it's
out
a
of here
show that
first.
really makes you think, like, what would you do if you were in that situation?
I mean,
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Because
there's
those
the
girls
story.
do really good in that movie and that series and they make you think about it real hard. You're like, damn, could I actually die from starving to death, or would I just have to break down and fucking
My
eat
nigga said
somebody?
I'm thick, so I'm the first one
Yeah,
out.
they're just gonna hit me over the head with something heavy, and it will be the end of it. So
She said I'm the first one. There ain't no drawing straws, nigga.
I got
Well,
both.
I'm
I
the
got
last
up
one. I'm
top
the
and
last
down
one.
low, so it doesn't matter. So
I'm the last one they want to eat because I'm all skin and bones. So I'm gonna be chowing down on some goddamn some megawatts.
God, that's horrible. It's not my fault. I have a booty. It's just not. Sorry.
It's all good. I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? They say that's the best part to eat if you in that situation
Oh
too.
my
Why do
God.
they teach us that as survival techniques? That's wild. That's actually a survival
I have been
technique.
teased about that since I was 13. I mean, for a long ass
Same.
time.
That's what you
About
get,
eating.
Judy. That's
Mhm.
what you get, Judy.
Mhm.
Oh man. Well,
Megawatt said I'm thick.
to everybody, we'll be back.
Sorry.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, fuck
For
around,
Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday,
Yes,
which
sir.
might hear some more of this shit. In your meantime, if you want to check out some cool teas or some other shit that we put out, you can go to thinkhighcrew.com.
Well, if I didn't argue my case solid enough, I will come back tomorrow with more facts if you need it.
Don't eat humans, everybody.
Yeah.
Unless they requested it in their will. Now,
Sure.
grandma was
Then
like,
I
hey,
don't
go
even want to
ahead.
know.
Well, it's
So
all
leave me
just
alone.
Eat me
experiences,
when I
right?
go.
So there's no right or wrong
Yeah.
experience.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
like,
know about that.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
well, just think about this. All right.
Can't be.
Nobody wants to eat a human being unless you
Nope.
want to eat a human being. But if you have to eat something, you've never been in that situation to where you've been literally
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
not with
But
not eating anything for
but what
fucking
if
weeks at a
what
time.
if Kim Kardashian came out and said, "Oh, it's really cool. I tasted it and it tastes like
Oh my
this."
God.
Oh, I
Then
You're already
guarantee you
doing
a
that.
bunch of people would start eating.
Exactly my
Yeah.
point. And guess
Yeah.
what? Now they have Kylie cosmetic stands in airports, so you can just go up and put your card in and put in what you want, and they just drops out of a thing. I mean, like, this is out of control.
I mean,
Like,
that's genius, though.
That's kind of different than eating somebody, but
but like the Kardashians have taken over. Like, they're everywhere. Like, and if she said
Oh,
she
yeah.
ate somebody's arm and it was good, then people would try it.
Right.
right,
Well,
but I wouldn't.
They already metaphorically do it. They get cakes built like,
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse's dead corpse, and they get meat platters that look like, you know what I mean, Michael Jackson's dead body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they do weird shit like that already just to symbolize. I mean, obviously,
they simulate it.
drinking the blood of Christ and eating his body is also a simulation of eating, you know what I mean, some kind of cannibalism.
Sure.
But, it's a wild world we live in,
And it
what I
never
mean by
made sense to
there's
me
no
then.
That's
there's
why I
no-
brought that up from the beginning. I said, is it the same thing as eating the cracker at church
Yeah.
or the piece of bread or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, but what I mean is also is like I can't be mad that there's some tribes of humans that do eat the people that pass away because that's just a part of their tradition type shit. And I can't really be like, oh, you're fucking wrong for doing that because I don't completely understand that because I've never had to experience it or grow that. So I can't
Sure.
say that they're wrong for their tradition of eating their loved ones that pass away, but
Hmm.
they feel that that's a way that they
And the
fucking honor
reason
them.
why
I mean,
I
that's
don't think
just
anybody really goes along with the cannibalism in the United States for sure is because nobody ever gets that hungry in the United States
Nope.
unless they
right.
like crash in the mountains or some shit like we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Right. There's
But
only been
other than that, or
extreme situations.
out in the sea or some in the ocean. But I don't think we'll. Hopefully, we'll never have to worry about that.
Yeah, hopefully, and
Well, we'll
hopefully we
find
can
out
get
this
Because
some
year.
cleaner food and shit and everything like that. Maybe we can make the
well,
right choices and start loving each
let's
other
hope
more.
we don't, Megawatt, because you already know you're gonna die because you're not
Yeah,
eating no human meat.
No,
So you're
I'm
out of
not.
here. You're the first one to go.
Nope.
You're out.
you
You're
first.
gone.
I'll take whatever
You
medicine I
Judy.
have and end it and be done with it.
You and Judy. All the Judys out there, y'all going first if that
Hmm
shit happens.
And then I'm out. I left.
Mm,
Picture all the big booty girls running and being scared because they go.
mm. It'd be tough. I ain't gonna lie. It'd be tough to eat somebody. But you know
It'd be
what?
real tough, man. It'd be
It's gonna
real
be tough to starve to death too.
Yeah, it will be too,
That'd
bro.
be tough to starve to death. You'd be
I'll
starting to
pop.
go. You'd be delirious, bro. You wouldn't be able to hear sometimes. Sometimes
I
shit'd be
think I might
loud.
eat a couple of my own fingers and toes before I fucking ate
There's nothing
somebody
on
else.
fingers and toes.
Oh
That's not even
no,
gonna help
no,
you.
no. I'm not gonna eat nothing of mine. I'm gonna eat something that's already dead because I'm gonna need my fingers and toes to survive.
Shit, not if
Fuck
you in the
that.
mountains, you probably had frostbite and got had
Think
to leave
about it,
them
man.
anyway.
This is the survival of the fittest. That's what this shit is.
Yeah,
Mm.
this
For
always
real.
been Darwin's,
Yeah,
it definitely
it
has
is.
been. And men show that. That's why our lifespan is a little shorter. We take a lot more risks. And I see that just raising fucking 2 girls and then raising a boy. Oh my gosh, my son lives life like he can't be fucking injured. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, golly, boy. But yeah, don't eat humans. Come back for fuck around, find out Tuesday. I mean, if you do eat human, as long as like Nova said, I can't really say, you right or
Well,
wrong
here's
as
the
long.
thing. If you do and then you stop, you're gonna have a problem. So
It's like a
just so you
drug,
Yeah.
huh?
know.
Well,
Just so
see,
you know.
I'm keeping it. I'm just gonna be honest and say that we have a lot of people that listen over in Africa, and I don't know. Y'all might be eating meat. Y'all might be eating human over there.
I
And
don't
if you
I
know.
don't
do,
know.
I ain't mad at you.
Not
Um,
at all.
I'm
I
just
can't
not
judge
gonna do
you.
it.
I can't judge you. Not at all.
Look,
I
the last guy. Remember the last guy that came on here and talked from Nigeria?
yeah,
Hmm
And he
yeah,
said he was a snake handler and they did all that like
yeah,
Pentecostal snake worshiping
yeah.
religion
Uh,
that they do in the United States
no
down in
judgment at all.
southern
Yeah.
states. And I'm like, whoa, ooh, ooh. So, hey, there's probably somebody eating on some human meat right now listening to one of these shows
No,
on that Boom Play app.
Mm.
this nigga no.
And they're probably sitting there cutting it a little hard when they hear Megawatt. They're like,
Oh my god! Don't
hey, you
discriminate
don't.
on don't discriminate on human eaters, man. What?
No.
I'm sorry.
Hey, they gonna call her a human eater
If you
hater.
knew what I knew about the people who did it, you would also feel the same way.
Oh no, I know. I don't. I guess like I just don't technically consider it right or wrong because I don't completely understand all of the circumstances from which people have been. Because like I said, if I grew up in that circumstance, in that religion, in that environment, in that tribe, in that particular part of the people, like just like we would tell people, I might be eating humans too. At the same time, you know what I mean. I might
I'm
not
about to
be.
drop a
You know what I
bomb
mean?
on it right here, bro. I got you. All right, Megawatt. Look,
Hmm.
this is going to end the show with this question.
Okay.
Now, you say you couldn't eat human meat.
hmm
Could you kill a deer, gut the deer, and clean it and prepare the deer?
No,
All right, then. There's no difference in the deer and the human meat.
I can't. My dad used to take me hunting, and I would stay up in the tree, and I would do that, and then he would do all that stuff over there, and then he would bring what he needed back to the vehicle. I was not participating.
That's what I'm. So So what's the difference then? Because you think both of them are nasty and both of them are wrong, right?
Mm, eating a deer?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Why? You got plenty of other stuff you could eat. You don't need to go out there and shoot no goddamn deer.
I
You know
didn't
what I'm
do it.
saying? Like, you see how I could see
Yeah.
that that's wrong though.
Only
Yeah,
shoot the
for
thick
sure.
deer. I'm aiming
Only
for
shoot the thick deer.
hmm
Don't shoot the skinny deer.
Yep.
Only shoot
I'm
the
sorry,
thick
man.
deer.
That shit had me cracking up, man.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
we'll be.
being honest. I don't
Oh
even
no,
know what
that's
to
what's
say.
up.
yeah.
I reflect with that. That's why
I am too.
And
I'm
and
just saying
T
I
and T's
wouldn't
not far behind me, so I'm good company. So
I mean,
I
shit.
would
All right.
not I would not eat human meat unless I maybe had to eat it to stay alive. I don't know, man, but
Yeah, that's why I say I can't necessarily say it's right or
see you,
wrong.
Susan.
I could have already see you. I could have already consumed some and not even know it.
you
Just
could.
because
Yeah.
I used to eat, fucking a whole bunch of fast food. Sometimes every now and then I might grab me a goddamn large fry with a fucking sweet tea.
hmm
Eat me some fucking lard real quick. I'm
Yeah.
trying to gain weight.
Right.
That's a different story. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story. Mind your business. But then, but I get it though. That's why I'm just like, I get why you say it's wrong. I understand it. Because I wouldn't necessarily
Well, and I wasn't.
choose to eat somebody.
I did not anticipate having this, topic or whatever. But when
Be
y'all told
mindful.
me the other day that there's no right and wrong, this is the first thing that came to my head. So I was like,
well, I mean it in the sense of perspective. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people doing so many wrong things.
I
And
think
they
it's
think
I think it's wrong to
that it's
kill
right.
somebody to eat them, but I don't think it's wrong to eat human meat if there's human meat available.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
it could come down to um where did they get the human meat from?
Mhm.
Was it from
Right.
somebody that was already dying or
Right.
somebody
Right.
that was kidnapped and
Right.
killed for
well, and
human meat?
here's the thing too. What
And so then you got
condition
to
is the human in? Are they healthy? Do they
Yeah,
have
that's
cancer? Like what
I
is
mean that's
what
the
is
same
going
thing we
on?
ask about the cows and the
Yeah.
chickens and shit like that. So it's the same thing in that manner. But I consciously can't do it. I get what Nova's saying when he say that, and I get what you're saying when you say that. But I also agree with Nova when he said I don't necessarily find it to be wrong if it's a tradition in your fucking tribe or your fucking.
Okay.
When I say tribe, whether how small or big it is, then it's like I can't.
But we
necessarily
don't
say you're
live in a
wrong, but-
tribe, so I can't really put myself into
I
that
mean, yeah, we
context.
do. We technically do live in a tribe. I mean,
Well-
like
This
you
is a
could break it
different
down.
kind of tribe.
It's
Yeah,
a different tribe.
It's a different kind
It's
of
a
tribe.
it's a civilized tribe.
Yeah, a little bit more.
And last time I checked, Jeffrey Dahmer was not supposed to be doing what he did. So
No, but he had murdered people to eat the
Right.
meat. Now, if he just went to go to, maybe buy a dead person already and ate that person, then like
Right.
what the fuck?
Well, if
You
you're
know what I mean?
buying a dead person, I mean, we've got a problem already, right?
I
then
mean,
and
shit,
there.
people buying kids right now.
I
You know
know,
what
and
mean?
it's
Like,
not
we're
right.
We're
It
not
ain't
far
right.
away from buying dead people, but was
Well, and a
buying
lot
dead
of
people
times
and,
they
know?
buy the kids for this very reason.
Yeah, I mean, but
Hello?
that's doing atrocious. That's doing atrocious shit. You know, it's not like going. It's not like if you could
Atrocious.
buy atrocious. Yeah, it's not
Okay.
like you could go like going to buy a car. You know what I'm saying, or a cow.
It
or a whole
is.
cow. You could go buy a whole cow.
Yeah,
I'm just
on
saying,
the
it's
back
same
page
thing.
of the internet, you can do that.
Yeah, and it's a dead cow. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure eventually people. How do you think the government does what the fuck they do? You don't think they buy dead bodies off of motherfuckers?
Hell yeah. And
You know
let
what I
me
mean?
tell
Yeah,
you,
so-
if you donate your body to science, you best be okay with whatever they're going to do with it, because it ain't what you think.
Shit, I
So-
don't give a fuck. I won't need the motherfucker no more.
Right. I don't think I'm gonna need it.
Shit, as long as I don't turn up as a fucking zombie, my nigga, like I'm good. Like I told my wife, bury me in the backyard. You don't need it. And then you go,
She'll go to jail for that
She
shit.
can't bury you in the backyard. That's not
She
even
gon-
possible.
She gonna bury me in the backyard.
Now, there's a lot of people buried in the backyard in Ohio, so it might take time to find it. But
I told her when we get our land, bury me in the backyard when I go. Ain't nothing
Okay.
they can do about it. You know what I mean? Period. It's gonna be in my will. Ain't nothing shit they can fucking do.
Well-
all
Them
right,
really own
Mr.
the land.
Curtis.
Them are really
On
on
that
the land.
note-
She gonna put me in a pod, a decomposable
Mhm.
pod, and she gonna put a fucking a cherry tree on top of me or some
Mhm.
shit. I don't know, something delicious type of fruit. so my kids can consume me.
Oh my
On
Lord
some
Jesus.
Nimrod shit. I'm on some.
Right.
Let me quit. I'm
Exactly.
trying to be a Christmas tree and shit. And I'm gonna tell them to cut me down and bring me in the house, and we're gonna start our own fucking religion, and then we're gonna have a whole cult, and then we're gonna take over the
Oh
world.
boy.
Come 3033.
Right. Give us about
It's
3,000
gonna be
years,
called
and we'll
Curtisism. They gonna do it with Curtisism. That's gonna be
give
the
us
new religion.
I am
about
not involved
3,000
with any of
years, and
this,
we'll
so
rule this motherfucker in about
Oh my
3,000
gosh.
years.
We might as well start that plan now. That's how these motherfuckers got here and where the fuck they at. We gonna start our
Exactly.
own cult, and it's gonna be about doing the right thing. How
that's
about
right.
that, Megawatt?
That's
Love.
right.
That shit
You
ain't gonna
do-
last but 5 minutes.
Everybody gonna be fucking everybody after that.
Yep.
We love each other.
Okay.
We'll be back tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. Eastern
Fuck
Standard, and go
around
to
and find out.
thinkkaicrew.com.
And don't do any crime between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania or where Pittsburgh. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I know, I'm about to go commit some crime. It's a joke, guys.
Shorty, I've been waiting. And I'm losing patience. I just wanna taste it. Come and sit it on my face like, ooh, you soaking, now what you gon' do? Baby, I got a question for you. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up. Yeah, I've been with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep and repeat when you wake, girl. You gon' let me fuck?
It's the way you move slowly, the way your body fit on me. Baby, feeling holy, yeah. Treat me like you're missing my touch every time you move up on me. Oh, I can't deny this energy. Put it all on me. Call me to the gates when you're pulling up. Staring at your face like you're getting up. Got a grip on me, holding tight and you won't let go. Hands on your waist, baby, take it slow. Tell you that I'll always keep you close. Baby, you know she got me, keep me up, yeah, every
You gon' let me
night.
fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up. Yeah, I've been with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep and repeat when you wake, girl. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up. Yeah, I've been with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep and repeat when you wake, girl. You gon' let me fuck?
We locked up R. Kelly for fucking young girls. Not much of a challenge, mature I prefer. Boiler room fucking hot water pressure. Pull out the plunger, I'm ready to work. Call me Super Mario, I'm a plumber. I toss your salad for my own pleasure. She over 30, she running rougher. Squirt so much she fill up a whole pitcher. Running like Usain Bolt or a river. Sit on it, spit on it, just to be sure. I'm Michael Jackson and this is Thriller. Just resurrected, erection killed her. Body count, I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer. Used to be friends, David Schwimmer. Now we just bang, like popping balloons. Rain coming down like southwestern monsoons.